Light as green.
Okay, last time. Who wants to explain what you did last time? It shouldn't be that hard.
More fucking mushrooms.
Yeah, basically that.
Fottish mushrooms. Yes, fottish mushrooms that flick their skirts at people to make them fall down. One big-ass phallic mushroom to give us imagery, while people screamed and writhed and refused to become mushroom. And now they're dancing and cavorting, and we unleashed hell upon them. Well, some of us did. Some of them swing a bit wide, you know, the dwarf's got stubby fingers.
Really, we could just extend those.
It's the only thing he wanted to make grow big. So we could hold the full cups with the handles instead of the sippy cups. But yes, it's basically been we're interrupting a dripping gooey wedding. And we are surrounded by spore servants.
Yep. And it was Ganix's turn.
All this is the enemy, right? Just refresh my memory here.
Everyone here is a bad guy.
Okay.
Except the ones who came here with us. Don't kill them.
I'm gonna let Jim Jar go first. He's gonna shoot this thing.
Yeah. And we're no longer at advantage. We've done our surprise round.
Yep. Who is Jim Jar hitting?
The crabman.
The crabman, yeah.
Yep. You have hit.
Go over here to attack this thing.
The mini hooked horror.
Yeah, it's a medium plant.
I'm sad.
It just feels weird.
It does feel weird. I don't know why it's a medium, but it says medium.
My first
How the
shot
hell is it a
be on the
plant?
crab.
Because it's a spore servant, it's just full of fungi. These are all just cordyceps creatures.
That was on the crab.
On the crab. Okay.
Crab still standing?
Crab's still standing.
Okay.
It's quite large.
17 hit?
Yep. Alright.
I'm sad. Someone else do something.
Oh, you hit it hard. You hit with both shots. Not everyone gets to claim that. Topsy and Turvy usually hit nothing.
I want to fall down.
Topsy and Turvy.
Yeah. Jim Jar usually misses too.
Yeah, he does.
Jim Jar Jim Jar's about 50-50. It was
That suits a gambler.
Bupido. It was Bupido that could not hit for anything.
Until he needed to for plot element, and he could actually hit the side of a barn. But before that, no. And if he did, it was for one.
And we don't know about Helmut's accuracy.
Yeah, no, he's hanging back. He's not interested.
Well, I'm going to move the prince up and attack that bird monster-looking thing.
Yep, the horror, got it. Okay. Very good.
Now, I'm trying to remember what actually happened to Bernard last time, because something went wrong after he cast magic.
he got stunned after a wild surge that threw like a mini fireball.
So he misses.
At the creature.
Yeah, he misses this turn, but he did do extra damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can stand up again, but that's all he can do. Okay.
And okay, we got these guys here. We actually get to use them for a change. Now this one, he does have reduced movement, but he still reaches.
Let's see. There's a reason he had a web token on him, though. Was he hit by an ice spell?
He was in the no, he was in the thing.
Oh yeah, wait, was
Erupting Earth.
No, he was hit by
No, Rhymes binding ice.
Yeah.
Oh, but he didn't.
Never mind. Thank you for reminding
Yeah.
me.
Because Vichul is also in there, but does not have web token. That's because he made the save.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, never mind. So never mind. You are safe. But Nadrax, you aren't.
Ah,
Nitrax is in danger.
I'm in danger.
You know, they could probably stand there if you want to crowd him.
No. It's a little bit too narrow. But none of those hit.
do they have advantage?
No. Yeah, it's like I said, none of those hit.
They don't get any kind of pack tactics frame from being spore servants.
No.
Good.
Actually, I would say that they're tall enough. Hi there. Chicago.
Well, hello.
The wrong one.
What would a mushroom want to do with a piece of metal?
Attached to
24
it.
and 24.
Yeah, okay, you finally hit.
Hang on.
Is that other slam? Are they?
Would he have advantage since this dude's already flanked?
Are
Do we want to get in
gonna
that
remove
case by
flanking?
case?
Yeah, I'm trying to determine which one. So
You're the
20,
DM.
21.
We'll say that the flanking of flanking that doesn't. I can see their argument. We'll make the decision.
So only
that
two of
flanking
those hit,
flanking.
or one of those hit.
Yeah, only the 23.
Okay,
we'll
only
say
the
that there was
23.
no
All right. I'm gonna say, is he about to get flattened?
Because I can't remember if we've done that bit before.
Yeah, I don't remember if we've ever really done flanking of flanking.
I don't think it came up very often.
Yeah.
But it gives an excuse to avoid advantage on each other and to keep moving.
Well, I mean, if you want to play it that way, Kago's dead.
It's
No,
the
Chicago
kind
wouldn't
of
be dead.
What, 10, 5, 14? They would have advantage. All of those
No.
would hit.
No, it was
those
only
are
the 8
not
and the 10.
yours. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you only had the 23. The one that the last two were yours.
Okay, I was like,
It would have been
okay.
18.
I was like,
Instead you have
if
8.
we're playing that game, then Kago's flat. Look at these numbers.
I mean, he's still
just
pretty
love that
dented.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Ulrich.
He's like an old car. You just take a hammer, go on the inside, hammer the holes back out.
Is the monk ready to punch? Actually, stab. You're stabbing now.
I'm a stabber now.
Also, I shook you, a little shit. In exchange for a short sword, I've got that bracer. I pried it off your fucking hand.
No.
Unfortunately, neither of those hit.
You can still throw a punch. Oh, another key point gone. That's an impressive spread.
Does she think the first two were +9?
If it was Mahjong, you would have got some points.
Don't you have advantage?
Nope.
No.
It's
we've
negated
just-
by-
The dog is engaged.
He's getting married, guys.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Cry.
I built another dog from his rib.
The
This is a
Durgar
unique
are
idea.
dogs.
To be
We
fair, I
are.
don't think that idea has been used in the Forgotten Realms.
What hasn't?
I just said, you said the dog was engaged. I said, yeah, he's getting married. I built a female dog from his rib. I could build a second one. You guys
Okay,
can't
so
stop.
the mushroom up there is only have its movement hindered, so I'm just gonna roll regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can build a second one, just not at the same time.
Aha, I've completed my second prototype. First one just falls
You hit?
over.
And
Or
it's
20
dead?
damage. I think I have enough movement to just go whoop up here.
Yep. You hit.
22 damage.
You have cleaned up shop.
Alright, Well, I'm just gonna stand in these rubbled area and wait the two there to come and fuck me up. I can't remember what they did, but I remember it wasn't good.
I mean, they might not reach you.
And
True,
what
but
about
there's-
Elda?
Oh yeah, Elder. I forgot about her. Let's take a shot of the wounded crab man over here. Bop and bop.
Oh,
14 damage.
Crabman on the first one was deceased.
Okay. I guess I'll move this second shot to this guy then.
Okay. Very good. Anything else?
Nope, that's the end of my turn.
The hook horror, not enjoying his life right now. Let's see. Prince Darendel.
Ow.
Does a 15 hit Darendel? That's a question. We should check that. A 15 does because he has a 13 AC. So Darendel takes. You take. That's you, Lou. Nice try.
I know. I didn't mean to click that.
Yeah,
Just reflexes. He heard. He saw the hooks coming forward, even though he's 20, 30 feet away. Oh God, no!
Darendil is now in a frothing rage and not looking too hot. And Nadrax, hello.
Ah.
Oh, thankfully only 17, so only 10. That would have gone horribly.
These guys are pretty good.
I mean, you could always finagle the diagonals a bit if you want.
I mean, I was thinking of having him move here. That would have worked.
That would have counted. But no, it doesn't make
counted.
sense.
Yeah. I don't see him. It's a hook horror. They're not going to think like that.
Well, it's also a mushroom.
Yeah. Same difference.
I am going to uncanny. I don't want to take 10 damage.
You take 5. But then it's your turn.
Woohoo! I shall return the favor, hopefully. Actually, God damn it, there's no one. Yeah, I'm going to disengage with my bonus because I do want to have my sneak attack if I hit. And
oh, this is gonna go fun.
Can I go
see
here?
our. No, it's down the hill. He's only really there because he's so big.
All right. Then I do not get flanking, but can I hit that guy?
You can.
Then I'm going to hit that guy. Maybe. Does a 15 hit it?
A 15 does hit it.
Nice. Ooh, nice sneak attack. And that's 31.
Yep. It's not looking happy.
I hope so. And that's... Actually, I do have some extra movement. Yeah, I'm going to move here to hopefully not get flanked. Close the gap. And that's my turn.
Uzana.
Okay. I'm going to cast right here. Just get this up. I do have it quick linked. Nice. Magnify gravity.
All right.
God, such a low roll. Ouch.
They say no.
Yep, they each take 2 damage. Yep.
They said no. Anything else?
Let me take a look.
Well, I mean, you've got Topsy.
Oh, that is true. Let's try and. What's their hand crossbow? 30?
Yep. It's a short
Yeah,
range.
Okay, so that's 10. There? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, short people
Hey.
speed.
Yay.
Oh wow, they're slower than I thought. They're only 20 feet, these two.
Ooh, 20 feet?
Yeah. No, their actual own movement.
I gotta move back a little bit.
That's weird. Well, no, because you moved up to me first, so you could go diagonal 20 easily and get to the same position. I just didn't realize they're slower than normal gnomes. That's weird.
I think it's because they're younger.
They don't look it, do they?
No, they don't.
They don't look like darling children or youths. They look grizzled as fuck.
Wouldn't you, after being a prisoner of the drow for a bit?
Like they've got the deep fucking grooves on their foreheads. Ridges that no other species has, including Snurfimblem.
I want to point out that Lou has literally never looked younger since being abducted by the drow.
He has looked younger once.
It's less young and more childlike.
Anything else, Susanna?
Nope.
Mike and it's.
Yeah, you can always yank and push someone with telekinesis.
Oh, no, don't move that. Thank you. They do run out of space. So they don't.
Well, they could dash.
Yeah, but I don't think they necessarily want to dash into that.
Okay.
Right there.
Into that being the dwarf.
Yeah.
No, that is still perfectly fine. It was his name in a lot of regions. We're not dealing with that. We're not putting up with that. We're not letting that in our bar. Again.
These ones, however, do dash. There are no more drow spore servants. Lou!
Oh, well, I guess I'm going to start with the guys who dashed. I'm going to go up here. And this guy in the back, I want to hit him with a classic, Isn't it Whispers? We're not ready for you yet. Go back where you came from.
Give me your D100. Because you're in the middle of a phase where it's pile of doom.
Where is it? There it is.
Helps if I actually have this pulled up when I ask for that, doesn't it?
What was it, 36 for the dimension?
Oh, you regain your lowest level spell slot. Expended
nice.
spell slot.
That's my mage armor back.
And the save for this is a wisdom save? Okay, yeah. Yep, he definitely fails.
Must immediately use its reaction to run the fuck away.
Yep. Hits full movement speed, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it dashes or anything.
Yeah. He runs in and immediately turns away and runs away.
And I'll just step back here.
What
And
did
then
he?
have Felric go for.
What did he say to terrify the mushroom? So I'm going to coat you in resin, so you'll be eternally preserved. No decay, no rot.
And then I'm gonna eat you. Let's go up.
Terrifying prospect of being utterly separated from the life cycle.
Alright. Yep, you definitely hit.
And
Anything else?
yeah, I'll move here for good measure.
Okay. Alright then. Oh, all of these are dead. Harton!
I'm a little worried about the prince. Bit frothing manic, eh?
Yeah, he is in a rage.
Looks like he could lash out at any time.
Mm-hmm. To anyone or anything.
Well, it's alright, because Horrocks there, that's fine. Gatix is quite close to him, so he's in a target-rich environment. It'll be perfectly alright. For now, though, this... let's see here. Gotta double-check the range. Okay. Yeah. Turvey knows what a hooked horror is, so he's going to shoot the big mushroom that can't get to him. I feel like that's a smart play.
Yeah.
And a good hit.
And goodbye.
Felled the big mush.
It just kind of falls down between the tower and the wall.
Well, I can see he's going to need a moment here, so I'd like to try to grab a hold of the prince to keep him calm. Well,
Are you gonna grapple or?
Well, it's a case of like, it's the problem with this issue is I can't really restrain him. It's not a condition I can imply, but you know what I mean. Kind of want to hold him back.
To calm him.
Yeah, sure.
That would be a. I think that's a charisma check. If I remember, there was something about that. I can't remember now.
How about animal handling?
No.
But he's an elf.
No.
I can't use
elf handling, yeah.
Yeah, I can't use people.
Yeah.
I can't use people skills on an elf.
Yes, you can.
Can't spell animal without elf.
Doesn't count. It's like trying to use accountancy on a dog.
That is a Lou line. Can't spell animal without elf, and it's just like, have you looked in a mirror or something?
I'm a party animal. Yeah.
What do you want? Persuasion, intimidation?
Let's just go with a straight charisma.
Pertimidation, yes.
I'd rather use those. I've got skill in them.
Okay, use a persuasion.
I've only got a 2 in charisma.
You are successfully calming him down a bit, although you can tell he's giving this one I want to tear it apart.
Of course, Parton is proficient in persuasion.
And intimidation. He does not know deception.
Are you proficient in insight as well?
Putin will also try to calm him. That's it. That's my action.
Putin makes him more annoyed.
She tried.
Oh, I suppose bonus action for my Pearl of Power. That'll do me.
Okay.
Alright, this guy's bleeding, so I want to shoot him. No objections, huh?
I mean, you're the one who's going to regret it, not us.
No, actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action first. Kago's got advantage, so we'll let Kago go first. Give him the yes. That's what it. Yes, that's my. Oh, I'm sad now.
Very good.
Jim Jar, get in front of me. Jim Jar's gonna shoot this.
Okay. He hits.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna continue to shoot it. Actually, no. I'm gonna let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the thing that's next to Felrecht.
Okay. You hit. Nice. And nice.
Because I think Kago and Horik have that handled. So I'm gonna stay right here. Jim Jar, cover me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghettios. It's done the thing again.
What has it done?
It's linked the 2 tokens HP for no Boram reason. Here we go. There we go. Okay, we're fixed.
That crit made me super sad.
Bernard.
Yay, I can move again.
You're alive.
And poison spray on the birdie thing again.
Okay, and that's a con save, yes?
Should be con. Yep.
About
Don't
that.
even bother roll. No bother roll.
I was gonna say, don't even bother. What would you like the prince to do?
I thought he was enraged or something.
Yes, he just wants to. Well, he's been calmed, but basically, he wants to fight things.
Okay.
I'm
in that
suggest-
case, he'll claw
Yeah.
the thing that's in front of him.
Yeah, I'm suggesting he attack big things, not the small ones around him. I mean, if he hit you, he's the one you get revenge on, eh?
He is down for 7 damage.
A lot of
Anything
20s.
else?
A lot of 20s on every side here.
Yeah, that should be everything.
Well, it's the exciting boss battle. It's got to be high stakes.
Oh yes, this is the boss battle, of course.
Felrecht is in a very bad position here.
Jim Jar is kind of in a worse one. He's not meant to take the hits.
Yep, Jim Jar takes 10 damage.
Ow.
But he does not take 9 damage, so that's okay. However, okay, what's this range? Jim Jar, Gaddix, Nadrax, Darendil, and Felrecht. Constitution save.
Hell yeah, let's go 12.
Oh no! Oh no!
Is this not one of the gnome ones you can?
No, his is wisdom.
Wisdom and
against-
charisma.
No.
Wisdom and charisma. This is not.
Let me.
I don't
pull
have a
this
cast iron
back
stomach
up.
like Bjorn.
Although I think you might have a higher con mod on your save. It's pretty close.
I did put the con as like one of my highest. Strength was my dump stat. Strength and.
Yeah, you actually have one higher than me.
But that's because
I
of
have
his
a 4
accidents in the
con and a
lab.
4 in intelligence.
Yeah.
But I have a 0 in charisma and a 1 in wisdom and a -2 in strength.
Bjorn was forged mightily in the workshop. Gaddix was formed after several accidents. He's been
I
tested.
Yeah.
Gaddix and Jim Jar, roll me a D100.
Okay, that's Gaddix.
Don't shit yourself now.
And that's Jim Jar.
Gaddix, you are scratching at your skin because you have become quite certain that you have become infected by the spores.
You gotta be a dad.
Jim Jar looks like he's daydreaming.
So he's being normal. Okay.
Oh, no. He's not paying any attention. He's daydreaming. Horik.
Let's see if I can hit the side of a barn now. I am flanking, aren't I?
No, I think that thing is negating the no, wait, no.
You're fine. Punch. Cargo's not
No,
surrounded.
I'll start by stabbing. Is it dead?
You do have advantage, so it... No, it's not dead.
Punch it.
I guess an extra D4 anyway.
You don't have that. I took that off your arm, you little shit. You don't get to hoard everything.
It's only the second thing. I don't have everything.
And you had the big
running around with us.
And you had the biggest fucking room in the house.
Anything else, Horik?
Is that 8 kill it?
8 did not kill it.
No, that's it.
But still good. 20 damage.
Bjorn.
Oh, you two up there are gonna be a handful, aren't you?
Why are we fighting? You should be here celebrating the wedding.
Oh, let's say I'm just celebrating in my own very well. And I'm thinking of I'm turning you into a salad for the buffet afterwards. What?
Go for a kick there. Stems? Stalks? Spore bag?
So, 13.
Ah, that's gonna miss.
They might have shit AC.
It hits.
Wow. But with shit damage.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's dead.
Oh.
You say shit damage. 13 and 15. That's pretty good damage.
That's really good.
You know what? I'm gonna action surge to see if I also get to take out the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that wise?
Yep. There we go.
Almost the same.
Anything else?
There we go. I think that's about what I can do.
Of course.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Eldith. I forgot Eldith.
Oh, you did forget Elda. Please give Elda her turn.
There we go. So she can actually hit the Hokoro. What? What?
Mm-hmm.
So 16 damage on this guy, I think. He's still standing. Woof.
He's not looking hot right now. But speaking of, Chicago.
No, you skipped the Hokoro's turn.
I know that's why I'm using the turn.
Are those both on Kago?
It's on Kago, okay. No, I scrolled away, so I thought you were giving Kago his turn early for some reason.
No.
Because we know it's him, not Gaddix.
And Felrex.
A lot of red dots right now.
Yep.
14 does not hit Felrex very much.
To be fair, it's on no one important.
Use a shield.
I don't
I
like
just built him. Back off.
All right.
I'm not gonna go generate a new token for
Yeah, I was gonna
Congo
say-
Mark 3.
It's an excuse to have a new one with a funny hat.
Because that's what I have to do. Every time Congo breaks, I have to go find a new token.
Daedrax,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Um, hmm. Do I hit the big one or the small one? Let's go with the big one.
Very good.
That makes 27 damage on the big one and 6 on the hook horror.
Okay.
And just because I can. The 15 hits, you say? So,
15 hits the. Are we talking the big one or the small one?
big one.
Yes. Yes, it does.
4 extra. I'm not sure why it added a sneak attack. I
It's
disabled
dumb
it.
sometimes. Welcome to Roll20.
Yeah.
Anything else?
But yeah, no, that was everything.
Uzana.
All right, I'm gonna shoot that hook horror. Try and get it away from the dog and Horak and the prince. Pew. Hey,
Oh.
dead.
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
That was overkill. It had 3 HP left. You all just see this thing just get immolated on the spot. There's not even a corpse there. Oh. And what about your twin?
All right. The distance. Can't get him. So gonna go for that. And let's see down here. Ah, nice.
Very good.
Mhm.
As the bolt hits.
Nice.
Anything else?
Nope.
The Mycon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello
I'm
there.
saving that picture, P.O.
Okay. Please give Felrect a con save.
Let's just put that in my picture.
Yeah,
That's a magic tool.
Felrect says no. Meanwhile, Nadrax
Yes.
does the 16 hit. I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh.
Ouch.
Yes, I have shit AC.
Yes, you do.
4 bludgeoning and 7 poison.
Okay. Uh,
Lou. Boy toy is in danger.
I'm in danger?
Yeah, he's the boy toy, come on. Felric is at least an action figure.
Is this where the layer action happens and I die? Let's start with Felrak. Just go for sword on the hooked horror. See if we can finish him off.
Okay. Good, but not quite.
I'll finish the job.
Okay. We'll be in save, but Yep, he fails. You, Malgurn, you donk it.
No.
However, as I said before, give me that wild magic table. You're really good at rolling 60s.
Route 66, American Dream.
Up to 3 creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you take 4d10 lightning damage.
Ooh.
Well, we have a whole little squad over here. Was it 3 you said?
Up to 3.
Okay. Harton.
You
What?
will regret that.
Let's go with the big guy.
I'll insert this mushroom in you.
Okay, let's not do the hooked horror, actually. Okay, I'll do the 3 that aren't the hooked horror right there.
Okay.
And 3d10, or was it how many?
4d10, so...
4d10.
A 4th level spell slot, not a 3rd one.
Ooh.
Wow.
Just one time.
No, you got it. I'll use that for all of them, but this one's dead. And these 2. This one is also dead. And this one is super, super crispy. As everybody, you see he casts one spell, and then all of a sudden lightning everywhere.
Dude.
Felrect is ducking.
I'm getting pretty good at this.
Nadrax, you swear you think you just about lost some part of your body.
I don't even know where that came from. There's no sky here.
Jim Jar turns around and just says, I bet you didn't expect that.
I bet you it won't happen again.
Martin! A lot of things went away.
Is that a sign from your god, Harton? That's something you do?
It's not far off. Let's
he's telling us to
actually
kick
let's
some
take a
ass.
look here. What needs done first? Yeah, I'll skim past for shorties. I still have movement to get over here to put down this thing, because it looks nasty with its hooks and its horror.
You hit. And poof.
In that case, does a 16 hit? Well, it should do.
Yep, 16 does hit that. And poof, it is deceased.
That was fun.
All right, well, I'm finished up on my side. How are they? Oh, good. The rest of you managed to take care of the rest.
I want my wedding to be just like that.
What?
Maybe a little bit different than that.
Hey, this is all still the preamble bit, though. We have not seen a groom or such.
Yeah, should we look in the giant mushroom, maybe?
I don't think there's a door on it.
Let's make a door. I feel very powerful
You
right
think
now.
that something to consider is because you do see windows. That implies that there might be a door that you can't see.
Can we smash the window and go through it?
No, the windows are higher up.
I mean,
I
we
have
could,
stilts.
we could carve our way through the mushroom surface.
You could, or you could walk around.
In any case,
We have all played Skyrim multiple times through multiple versions that are continually forced upon us. You know we don't walk around the mountain.
My credit is due. Well done, Bernard and Eldith. You two helped out a lot.
Well, thank you. That is my job. I, kill the bad things.
Hey, keep up the good work. Seems like there's a lot of work for us dwarves down here yet.
Oh, a lot more coming, I have a feeling. Speaking of, any of you who want to consider your situation for a little bit can roll me a history check.
Could also roll a reality check on the fact that we're all a bit scuffed. Well, some of us are. Could probably do with putting the feet up for a wee bit.
Well, let's see if we can.
Wow.
Where were these, Horik?
I don't know.
Where was it? We know
Some
it
of
doesn't
us
matter
know
for Lou. He doesn't roll
everything.
attacks.
Group of scholars here.
Apparently,
Hang on,
I
let's
went to
ruin that.
college.
something.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Something does occur to some of you. The first thing that really starts piquing everybody's brains for a moment there is the dwarves do realize something. The name Arumakos. It's dwarvish for great fungus, which does not horribly shock anybody. Why did I just shut that page? I needed that. Thank you. You do know that Arumakos means the great fungus. And this is something that does get things a little bit, the conversation started a bit. Namely, Lou, you remember a tale from, it was a fairly long time ago, where the dwarves of an area used to be close to an elven realm, which was now located, where is it technically now? Somebody give me where is it now? Bugger. It's under. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. Think of for some strange reason, this does not mark where in the Nine Hells things are, and I want to murder something. There we go. Under the High Forest. There we go. You remember that there was a dwarven kingdom under the High Forest that got pushed out by something, and you have a feeling that this is probably the Arumakos that was mentioned. Uzana, you remember the story of a entity that referred to itself as King Arumakos that controlled an army of Myconids and would not only try to ensnare the Myconids around, but also literally anything in its realm. Felrecht does jump in and give a little bit of a inclination that he might know what this is referring to. He knows that the drow routinely, they fear this thing that they call the dream trap, where these strange nightmaresque dreams spoke of comfort in the mass, comfort in joining the mass, and the hopeless chaos of individuality. This is the groom. The question is, would the great fungus, how would you fight that? And what does it look like? You don't even know what it looks like. It is known to be vast.
I mean, I suppose we could always start building a fire.
Yeah, I mean, just burning the whole thing couldn't hurt.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, but it's also a little strange that it's your first idea.
Why? Yeah, burn it.
I mean, is there any way to talk it out of it, or?
No, I mean, you could also freeze it.
Yeah, we could do that in the base and then just shove it over. Collapse it from the inside out.
I mean, we kind of, it's so big, we're running kind of the same issue that we had with the Illithid and the whole explosion thing. I mean, we don't want it to fall on us.
But I was saying, do we want to take a wee bit to lick our wounds for a while? Get the breath back in our lungs, eh?
Well, we don't know how long the ceremony's going to take.
I know it does take them a wee while to get things going, especially since we've messed up most of the guests and the bridesmaids, I believe.
It may just force them to be quicker.
Well, what if we just scout out the rest of the room real quick before we go inside? Just look around and make sure nothing else is here to ambush us.
Yeah, that's what I was suggest something like that as well.
You all do hear there is chattering inside the tower in a language I. How many of you speak Abyssal?
I don't.
Have any relation to Halfling?
No.
Yes, actually. Halfling was the original
It would
language.
surprise me if that was true.
Abyssal is a derivative.
You all hear some chattering inside the tower in a grating and discordant language.
She might be getting a wee bit antsy about the situation. Well, I've not got the reserves right now to patch us up immediately, so might be liquid libations time. Alright, let's scout out, see if we can find a fucking door.
I'm going that way.
You have not spotted the door yet.
Nope.
Oh, there you go. You do, in fact, see the door, Harton.
It's more of an opening, really. I wouldn't say it has a craftsmanship of a door. Alright, let's see what horrors from beyond are right in front of us.
I'll let you all get in position.
Alright.
I have a feeling that Nadrax and Uzan and Topsy Turvy don't
Take
want
a
to
few
be
more
back there.
steps, Horik, forward.
No, I don't think you want to be in the tower yet.
Well, you say get in the position. That's his place. Alright. Actually, maybe a wee bit of spacing, people. We're dealing with spores, molds, and fungus.
That's I wanted to reveal. Looking into the tower.
Ah, for fuck's sake.
That's right. Oh,
She's got
you
a
see-
fucking ego, I'm gonna say that.
They don't look identical. It's just a token for it. But you see in the tower, there's not much of a question. When Vidrow told you that she is here, she wasn't lying. You see Zuckmoy. She is hovering above the ground, her eyes shut, and she is not moving as all of her bridesmaids and attendants are quickly running around and trying to adjust her dress. Her dress that she is wearing is quite literally different types of fungus that are being slowly grafted to make this beautiful gown and trying to weave the bits of fungus together to keep it more steady.
How big are the quotes around beautiful?
She actually, for a fungus thing, she actually looks very pretty. It's that weird mix of, yes, this is pretty, but also grotesque.
Bernie?
And as they sing and they're working quite happily at all of this, until they spot you. At which point they all turn and in unison start trying to rush out and start trying to shoo you away. telling you, you have to leave. It's bad luck to see the bride in her wedding gown before the wedding.
Well, it really only applies to the groom, to be fair.
We're all marrying her?
Unless you're getting married in Sembi, in which case it's the bride's own family who aren't allowed. It's very bad luck there. And no one can say otherwise, because we don't know anything about fucking Sembia.
I have a feeling her wedding gift would be a yeast infection.
It's a fungal infection, clearly.
It's athlete's foot. It's alright, you get used to it, it grows on you.
They start trying to shoo you away. Do you shoo away?
Do we have a fireball left?
Yes.
But it's... Remember, she's basically on the same sort of level as Demogorgon. And she's gonna... And here's the thing. You're gonna be ruining her wedding day. So think about it, Uzi. How pissed off would you be if someone interrupted yours?
Depends on if it's an arranged marriage.
The fireball would be coming out on the other side in that case.
As you all are having this discussion, you see her eyes open as she looks at you and telepathically tells you all, "Why don't you come back when it's time for the wedding? I'll invite you personally."
Okay.
She's very friendly.
Yeah, this sounds great. I mean, I'm not going to turn down a wedding invitation. That'd be rude.
The fucking halfling wouldn't, of course not. There's usually a buffet.
I've clearly known this woman my entire life.
Do leave my abode.
Just gonna glance over at the red dots in the corner. You know, we should probably reschedule this. You're quite right.
Let's evacuate the myconoids for now. Bye, have a good wedding.
Got a share
I'll
of
be
news
there.
on this. The fuck is
I was
that?
going to carefully ask the rest of the group out of earshot, where do you think the groom is, and can we kill that instead?
Upstairs, if not being the entire fucking tower. She's approaching.
Come on.
Oric, you did not speak quietly enough.
As this goes on, please everybody give me a, because you have not left yet.
No, we were leaving. That was the whole thing, is talking like as if we were walking away.
Yeah.
Oh, while you're
We just
walking,
did-
because I hadn't seen
yeah.
tokens moving.
Well,
Yeah, we
it's
just
a
weren't-
bit of a bollocks to just keep moving tokens.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's a case of like, I'm looking at the injured folk and just thinking, you know what, we'll reschedule. Let's not get near enough to inhale anything from her.
We can go to the wedding now, right?
We're gonna
No.
fuck. We're going to, but I'll tell you that later. Right, now that we're no longer under the shroud of anything, yes, we're going to the wedding, likely to crash it, but it's just... That is a demon queen, the demon queen, really.
We're 100% sure it's not an imposter or some sort of, like, just fragment of it.
It's quite large.
So we did kind of recently see other erotic denizens walk around in the lake, so chances are that might be the real deal.
Either it's not. It's quite large. You know, it's a prominent avatar. An embodiment of her that is... I mean, you saw the chamber around us as well. The amount of people who have been consumed, converted.
But she seems so nice.
Lou,
She did.
why are you fighting me on this? Why
I'm
are you
not-
choosing
I'm not,
this line to die on?
I'm not debating the horrors that we saw of all those people corpses in the walls and ceilings and floors, but she was very polite. More polite than I usually am.
To be fair, she is getting ready for her wedding, so she's kind of focused right now.
Yeah, luckily not on us. I think it would be bad if she was focused on us.
The amount of stuff I had to clean behind Uzi whenever she was getting prepped for ours.
You guys should renew your vows so I can attend the wedding.
There's no need. She's got a perfect memory. She doesn't need to renew them. She knows them. Besides, I wouldn't want to put Horik through that again. That was quite a feast we had to do. Alright, so... That's a problem, and I'm guessing they're not going to be shaken of her influence, considering she's still there.
No, but hopefully we delayed things at least a little bit, enough for the people here, well, mushrooms here to evacuate.
I don't think any of the mushrooms here are going to evacuate. The ones we brought with us, maybe.
Oh well, we got a
Still,
few.
do you want to get out of here?
We got a handful, like the Hunters and what's his name, Sovereign Decidia.
Yeah, he seems still totally in his faculties.
We've still got a few on hand. It's just a case of I don't really want a whole new generation of Myconids crawling about, but we also can't really set fire to youngins. For one thing, Soot might get a bit, or Stool might get a bit annoyed about it. But they call him Sooty.
That's a bit premature.
Just pull him up to my side and say, "What's that, boy? Oh, you think we should burn it down? That's a good idea." No, put the gun down.
Burn it down, father.
Stool's opinion is we need to go to Basidia.
Yeah. And we do.
Right now. And I assume once you go, he does greet you and asks, how did it go?
Let me inform you of the various directions it went. Some of them going, some of them stopping. And then we recount how we killed the evolved slug-like creature, how there was dry heads on top of tendrils, the many bridesmaids, the large mushrooms that were all spore servants to another cause, and then to the bride herself, and the vast chamber of mushrooms, and the consummation pods, stripping people down to their small details before spitting them back out again as some sort of mushroom being.
Ew.
Goodbye. Could you point us in the right direction?
Yes. I do not think this is a safe place to be anymore.
No.
No, that's good.
I think it's time that we have left as well. You wish to guide where to? The surface, or were you heading elsewhere?
Surface isn't a bad idea. Whichever you think would be closer, because we could go to Blingdenstone, drop a few people off.
Also, the Myconids won't be coming to the surface, so you guys have to settle somewhere else down here, right?
But they can show us a few good paths, especially the Hunters.
I've been giving thought of that, as a matter of fact. I'll move this over. I do suspect that we could get you up to the surface or Blingdenstone in about the same amount of time. As for us, I don't think we will need an escort. I'm thinking, you know the grove of our mutual friend that is now empty? I think that might be a good place for me to bring my explorers and try to get something so that we're not too far away and hopefully can try to stop the spread a bit. But it should be far enough away that it'll be safe.
Well, what thoughts you got? What? We're going to Blingdenden? Or are we just going straight for sunlight?
Oh, Blingdenstone seems closer to Mental Baronzon, which seems like a bad idea.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't Minzo Baronzon already destroyed?
I wouldn't say destroyed, probably wrecked though.
There's a few buildings that probably aren't there anymore.
Topsy and Turvy both speak up and indicate they want to go home.
Aye, see.
Yeah,
Jim Jar.
Maybe this time we
Jim
could be
Jar does
successful at
specify
taking a
that.
few barons back to their home.
I mean, it's gone so well this time.
Basidia Bads, you wait while he tries to collect everybody to get going. And that way he can try to send at least some of the explorers out to, if not give you directions, at least potentially give you a guide. Rasharu does come back over once everything starts moving. And he says, so you were going to Blingdenstone?
Let's hear some voices, you lot. Come on. It's weighing heavily for Blingdenstone. It's a big place. It's got walls and all.
It does have walls, yes.
Yeah, if we
Walls
go to the
are good.
surface, there's a whole like really big vertical wall in between us and everything down here.
I mean, think
But
about this,
what-
for
but-
example. It's very close to Menzo, but it's not dry run.
Mhm.
They've kept them out.
I just think we're tempting fate, getting any closer.
Well, that's what adventurers do, really. And as you can see here, you've already said the magic words. Jim Jar's frothing at the prospect.
Is he frothing?
I bet we'll be fine if we go to Blingdenstone.
All right, we're going right to the
I'm
surface
really
immediately.
tempted to take that bet, but I don't want to bet against myself.
Oh, none of y'all are any fun.
He said fine though, so if you stub your toe on the way, that is not constituting fine.
Oh,
You raise a
it's
good point.
fine.
I'll take you on that bet.
Well,
500
if
gold.
I'll bet nobody dies on the way to Blingdenstone.
I bet we're not going to Blingdenstone. Shit.
If he dies, do I still get the money?
You gotta take it,
Yes.
sure.
He keeps
We-
good
We're gonna
records. You
have to
could,
hold it at. We're gonna have to hold it in an intermediary. Harton, hold the
You
hold the
can
purse for
collect
us. Yeah.
at Blingdenstone, and if I die, I will find a way to get it to you. Don't worry.
you can inform his next of kin along. I'm sorry for your loss, but also it wasn't my loss. Hand it over.
Unfortunately, I have no next of kin in Blingdenstone, but I will find a way to make it right, even while dead.
How much money do I have?
You're really taking this?
I'm thinking. He's thinking about it. Because...
Wait, you've got cure wounds. You're not allowed to take this bet, you little fuck.
Oh no, Jim Jar is the one that's betting that
yeah,
nobody
there's
dies.
and I didn't heal Jim Jar.
No.
He's below half. He's doing great.
Jim Jar is betting that nobody dies.
Yeah, exactly. If Gaddix thinks I get money if someone dies, I don't need to use that spell slot.
Do I also need to go into the implications? The fact that he's a deep gnome and yeah.
Are you going to include Kago in this, though? Does he count as a living creature for the purpose of the
No, he's a
bet?
construct.
No, for a purpose of the bet.
Oh yeah, I would bring that up with Jim Jar. Include Kago.
No, Kago doesn't count. It's not alive. 10 gold, nobody dies on the way to Blingdenstone. In our group. We
That
might
sounds
kill
like a
lots of
threat.
things.
10 gold
What
and nobody
if-
dies.
What
the
if
hell?
You know
someone
what?
dies
Screw it.
and
I'll
gets-
take. Gaddix will take him up on it.
What
Okay.
if someone dies and gets revivified?
I'm not feeling
That
like
would
you're
count.
showing me a lot of confidence here, Gaddix. As your personal physician.
No, I'm gonna give him.
I have a question.
You know,
Does this mean enemies as well as us?
No, he did
No.
just say our group.
can I give him the 10 gold to hold it? And as he turns around, just pop him in the back of the head.
Taking up before the bet?
Murder doesn't count, friends. That's
I didn't say it out loud. You can read minds now. He's obviously dangerous. We need to take him out.
Just great, like, yeah, take a look at them. See the prey designs on his cars as he's cocking his fucking blunderbuss. Just twisting the barrel so that it goes from a massive flare to a narrow, focused, tapered barrel. Alright, so I think we're going to Blingden just to drop some people off.
Well, I mean, I would just.
What?
Surely they can get there without our help. I mean, the mechanoids will help, maybe, right, guys?
I mean, we already been told that there are also dwarves nearby. You're gonna be in the best of hands.
Hemet does speak up and say, I still say Gracklestug would be your better bet.
That you do.
You want to bet Jim Jar on it?
No. Well, if you aren't going, then I'll be going myself, so you all have a wonderful time.
Alright.
And
Come by the bar if you ever come to the surface for whatever reason you would possibly be there.
No, I don't think I will. Y'all are too cheery
I
for my
feel like
taste.
it's the end of that one Warhammer like skit. Yeah. I'll be seeing you off. All right then. Good day. Walks off.
But there is some discussion, and between what between what Risharu says and what Jim Jar knows of how to get to Blingdenstone, it is decided you don't necessarily need the guide. You'll be able to get there between Jim Jar's knowledge and the knowledge that's been passed on by Risharu.
Yeah, but a little helpful tip of, well, we sometimes get patrols this way, but we avoid.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely do cover
Yeah,
that.
just small things.
As a matter of fact, one of the things specifically mentioned is something called the Silken Paths. It is a network of spider webs crisscrossing a 500-foot deep, 2,000-foot wide chasm that stretches for nearly 5 miles, and you will be crossing it.
Maybe we should go the other way. That sounds terrifying.
Unfortunately, you can't really walk around it. Because, well, you'd have to walk 5,000, or 2,000, yeah, you'd have to go more than 5 miles around.
What if we just go to a different destination?
No, you can pass it, it's just you have to make sure you cross the webs and be careful. We've done so.
I'm just thinking about what happened to that orc in the jail.
There are spiders there. However, I'm sure that your group would be more than able to handle it.
Some more than others.
I mean,
It should be.
I think one of us can even become a spider, so I should even think so.
Strange fondness for it, really.
That's a different druid.
No, he's mostly been a spider.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, because he had to go on the walls.
Yeah.
I mean, the spider form is very useful.
But you all are free to start off as the Myconids start their march to their new home. Although Stool does have to bid you farewell because he doesn't want to leave his family.
Aye, fully understandable, although now we're going to have communication issues a wee bit.
Not to be fair.
Well, it just limits, like, I think it's only Uzana and Felric who can speak to the prince.
Yeah, anybody who can speak Elvish. Technically, Felric does as well.
I said Felric.
Oh, Felric. Oops. Felric, Uzana, and nobody else speaks Elvish?
Lou really concentrates at it for a little while.
No, he's even worse at
No,
Elvish
that
than he is with Drow.
Yeah, Lou knows like the basics. Yeah, but where's the bathroom? Donde es biblioteca, right?
Biblioteca, yeah.
My airship is full of eels, dire eels.
I can understand any language, but not speak them.
I can only speak the tallest of the shorts.
Then, and Bjorn can only speak the language of those he consider friends or foes, so he knows dwarf, common, orc, and giant.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody else speaks Elvish, but Topsy and Turvy only speak Undercommon, which is another issue.
So that's just Felric.
Felric and Jimjar. And Lou on a good day.
You can try.
Yes, Lou can on a good day. But unfortunately, Stool says, though, I kind of have to stay with my people.
Your job was, well, our current task was to return you anyway, so hope it's a safe one for you.
I hope I see you all again eventually.
Considering
Yeah,
the problems
have
going
arms,
on, very
legs.
likely.
Also, was there any cool stuff in the colony you guys are leaving that we should go and take?
Also, if you ever to meet a drow with a very big fancy head and they ask you for a favor, don't say yes.
Tell him you know me and he'll go right away.
What?
Yeah, trust him on that one.
Not for the reasons you think, but he will leave.
Why would he leave?
You know how my hair turned pink? And then lightning came from the sky?
Yeah.
I did that to him. Yeah. Kicked his ass.
Ulrich is looking at you. You did not.
So is Harden.
They're never gonna beat him. It'll be fine. And if they do, it'll be hilarious when he comes to chew me out.
Lou.
It's gonna be
he's-
fascinating.
Uh-huh. Stop telling people that.
I told one mushroom.
The drow who walks around proclaiming the Drizzt isn't real and Jarlaxle was a scrub.
You do, of course, realize now that we told it to one mushroom, all the mushrooms in that family now knows.
First thing to do for Meldon.
You do realize these are not the kind of creatures that you want to keep a secret. I don't think even know the definition of a secret.
Okay, as long as none of us tell Jarlaxle that I was the one who said that, he'll think it was a different drow.
So there you go, now you've got the name of the victim too. The man who was
Better
defeated
Lou.
so easily and handily by Lou here. Louis L. Lemon.
They call me Pink Lightning.
Stool does speak up. I know exactly who you are because I've been traveling with you for 10 days.
It was fun time, Stool.
Which means you also know this stinks like crap. Anyway,
Yes.
I grab Lou by his mohawk, lift him slightly off his feet and turn him around while he's not entirely attached to the ground.
Good thing I have hollow bones, otherwise this would hurt.
Well, you're also a short arse and a twink. You're easy to carry.
Yes. I should bulk up.
That'd be fascinating, honestly.
However, I will point out before you leave, Basidia does come back and say, I did promise to give you a reward for helping us, and you certainly did more than your share. And he presents you with a box.
Box.
Incredible.
It is
Stick it in the
made of-
bag and walk away.
Well, it's made of fine wood and it's inlaid with silver. It looks like it's worth a pretty penny by itself.
I half expect Hooten to be already playing in it.
Probably too big for it. Just having to keep it away from the little paws that want to scratch at it. It's a nice, shiny, smooth surface. That's wrong.
Do we open or do we just put it straight in the bag?
Yeah, we open, of course.
It contains 3 amethysts worth about 100 gold each, 4 small diamonds that are 50 gold each, and 1 large diamond that's worth 500 gold.
Well, taking that one. This is non-negotiable. I get the diamonds.
And you
Unless
all
you
head
lot
out.
are very eager to get close to your gods.
I don't think anybody here wants to get close to their dogs, no.
Only when I usurp them.
Spoken like a 3 wizard.
Yeah, those are
But I
mine.
told you not to say that under my house.
It's not your god.
Yet. Gotta crush that ambition early. I love you, you can do whatever you want in life. Once it's death, though, you stay away from the divine. Enjoy your time in Ogma's library.
I just want to join the pantheon, not replace it.
Selric is giving you serious side eye right now.
You should replace the whole thing with copies of yourself.
I'm your devoted loving husband, but even I wouldn't actually worship you.
That's a little too far, Lou.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fireballs.
No, it'd be a lot of arguing.
Oh no.
So maybe fireballs?
I guess that'd depend on how the process went.
The most vengeful and petty of all gods. The god of arguments. You just gone to bed, and then all of a sudden there's a champion there. Puts you in a whole person like, all right, let's go over your arguments last night about why your city is better than your other friend's city here.
So why don't you arrange the condiments in order of size and contents?
I feel like it's Rossetti from Animal Crossing.
Just shows you the tiers of wizard we have. Uzana wants to go fight them, Crisari wants to write about them, and Cornelius, petty little fool that he wants to sit in his winery as a lich. Not bothering with the gods at all. That's not his domain. He doesn't care about that. Just get me some souls and some grapes.
So you all do get your full rest eventually. So please do heal up.
Hurrah, my spell slots to burn on people who are going fucking mental.
And I was about to say, yeah, you probably do want to burn.
Yeah, I do.
Some
I
spell
did the
slots
Lesser
on the
Restoration. 2 more, I guess, to get rid of... Unless Jim Jar is fine.
No, Jim Jar was also done up, yeah.
Yeah. Luckily I had those 2, so I'm back up to full now. Yes, get the diseases out of them.
And you all start your march. And from what you've been told, from Neverlight Grove to Lingdenstone, it's about a 16-day journey.
I'll be honest, I was expecting the moment we got over city limits, we were going to get a message from her to go back because the wedding's on.
We have to attend at that point.
Luckily, as a chaotic demon, I guess it's taken her a long time to make a decision on the actual dress.
But you all do start out. And about 2 days out, you all are going through a passage. No, that's the city. Here we go. You all are going through a rough-strewn passage.
Bottom middle.
Can everybody see all of you all? Okay, good. Because, yeah, the way I have this set up looks a little bit weird. And as you all are going, it's quiet. But up ahead, there's a bit of a corner. And from around the corner, you can hear very loud clickings. It sounds like boots clicking on stone.
Oh, why not?
Oh,
He
no,
knew.
no pink lightning. No.
Not bad. Double digits. As usual, we're no good at stealth, but we're not terrible this time.
So you just try to stealth down in the hall as you hear the sound of...
Well, the idea is so we can get a bit closer to have eyes on it.
From around the corner and out of the darkness comes... Oh, Raider, why did you scroll down so you can actually see what's going on?
We're bottom middle. Remember, you can also hold shift and hold click as well to drag us over there.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I was like, oh, she's gonna uncover it. She's gonna uncover it. Oh no, it's down here.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I found it. I'm here.
You see a very familiar drow that you kind of thought that you weren't going to be seeing again.
I cast gun.
She looks rather amused and just says, "Is there a reason you all are trying to hide?"
Oh, we were going to have a wee look around the corner when we heard your boots scuffing.
Well, there's not much point in that. I knew exactly where you were. And my friends behind you also know exactly where you are.
Very nosy of you.
She shrugs. I have to use whatever's at my disposal. Now, I am not here to murder you all where you stand if you'll make a deal.
Does it involve us going back to prison?
2 of you.
Cargo and cargo.
Do you think for
No.
1 fucking second we're gonna bother humoring you in this?
Well, I think it's actually a very good deal. You see, my friends don't know I'm here, and you have 2 things I want. A friend who has just found me wants 2 more things. That makes 4.
Just fucking spit it out.
I'm bad at math.
Fucking hell. This lad's confused.
What's
Generally.
number-
And this is not helping.
He is a male. You can't think very much of him. Or,
Not
well,
so much
you.
my hair turned
It's
pink.
not about him being a male that results in that.
Point is, if my compatriots are led to where you are, you all will be done up in chains and dragged back to Menzo Barenblon at this rate. If you agree to my deal, only 4 of you will.
It's doubled.
That's like half.
No, 2 will come with me. 2 of you will just die here. I figured your friends would like to take your bodies back to the surface. I'm being magnanimous.
You know what? This deal sucks. Fuck off.
Oh, okay.
I want to cast it level 3. I'm outcasting it.
We're not making a roll yet for things.
Level 3, yeah, woo!
No, nobody else make any rolls on this. Draw. Where's Lady Malarn? Shintali Malarn. That is a wisdom save. She is a cleric.
Please fail, please. Damn it.
No, that's his damage roll.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a damage roll. She rolled to GM. That was great. She does fail.
Yes.
What?
Starts to turn to run. At just about the same time, you start feeling a shaking under your feet. And the rocks start falling from up above.
Oops.
Alright, scatter.
And you start seeing the rocks behind you start to fall.
Mhm.
You do hear up ahead a very annoyed sounding male asking where she's going, but then starts running after her, presumably with the rocks falling. And a big old boulder just drops straight down in your way, and you're not going that way anymore.
Oh, right side, she's not coming back. Alright, let's find ourselves a passage here.
The big boulders behind you fall in the way and stop you from going anywhere.
Well, I imagine Topsy and Turvy managed to make it across along with Horik and Nadrax.
Yes.
Alright, let's not get bogged down that bitch.
You are stuck in this section, but you do see there is a hole that has formed up in the wall beside you.
I was this close about to say I'm gonna do my charge move because I had exactly the amount of movement to do it.
Don't go worrying about all that. Fuck's sake, they're intolerable, aren't they?
They.
For the record, I don't think my magic is what caused this earthquake.
Oh, it certainly was. It's all your fault as usual.
Ah!
I'm joking.
hit her
I'm
with the
joking.
head.
We know you couldn't do this easily. I mean, probably
Oh.
Bernard did it secretly while we weren't looking.
You hear from the collapsed area over to your right where they came from. You start to hear some very faint conversations of, are they alive? To which somebody else responds, yes, they're all in there and they're fine. Don't worry, we'll be able to find them when they get back out.
Just
Or
fuck
we can
off.
Find a way in.
Hang on.
No.
I can make sure they hear me actually.
Yes.
Alright, cover your ears, the rest of your mouths open. Just fuck off.
I will never fuck off.
Worthless fucking elf.
I will always know where you are.
Oh, come on. Let's get
Even my
going.
wife's not
No.
achieved that. Alright, let's have a shifty on what's going on down here.
You guys think she put trackers on our shit when she, took it?
Well, she could just be scrying as well.
Lou, you are the tracker.
Is it this mirror that I stole?
You're still as insufferable as ever.
So you might be right.
Let's keep it for now. It looks pretty.
Put it the fuck down.
Let's throw it somewhere cool, like into like a sarlacc pit, whatever that
Or
is.
into the wall. There's a good sharp rock right by your foot there. That'll probably make a good impact on it.
I wonder if I can trade this for the captain's badge.
She started doing childhood taunts now.
Oh, that's the guy.
Okay.
That's the guy.
Why the fuck
hear
would
the
we
girl?
remember yous? You're not important enough for that. We've got demons to deal with. You know, actual fucking threats.
Arden, you're breaking my heart.
Eventually, aye. And your head, arms and legs. It's amazing what my spells can do, I'll be honest.
You do hear her say, just come along, we need to get around ahead of them. And they do leave.
I do not want to go to Menza with those cunts are a fucking normal example.
Told you we should have gone the other way.
But my reveal has unrevealed.
I know, but we want to get the... I want to get the twins and Jim Jar back to their home. Or at least somewhere safe enough.
Oh, I'll give Jim Jar the mirror.
I bet you won't take this.
Which mirror is this?
This is the one I stole from the prison.
Oh yeah, that one.
This might not be important to keep a mirror.
Yeah.
I guess I won't throw it into the wall for now. Although I could.
Well, Rick, there isn't anything fresh or new on Lou's body, is there?
I really haven't
look.
shaved. I think there's a hair growing somewhere.
Felric does a really quick sweep of Lou. No. No.
Alright.
Can I hold the magic wand again?
No. Alright, what do we think here?
You do notice to your right is more rough-hewn caverns. To your left seems to be actual ruins of some kind.
She did say she had some lads behind us.
I mean, ruins could mean secret passages, but caves could also mean secret passages.
I'm also thinking we could fuck up their day royally.
I mean, do we want to, just hold at either end of this?
No, I'm saying we
Always?
go that way, specifically to take out the henchmen. Leave her undernumbered.
Also, as you all are walking, you feel the ground give another bit of a big shake. I'm gonna move you all out here. Because I assume you're falling. As you notice that the passageway is starting to collapse and crumble even more.
Let's pick a direction.
We're going left. Wait, hang
You
on, I'll
also
consult with the
notice-
dwarves. Tunnel sense, the two of yous.
I was gonna say, particularly the dwarves would notice the air seems very, very thin in here. Like it's been sealed off for quite some time.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the third dwarf. They can confer properly now. For a moment, I thought a bush had got up and caught up with us.
Sure, I haven't had a bath recently.
Alright, go on, the three of yous. It's quick fire round.
Left, right, or tunnel forward?
Can I make a check to feel where there's most airflow from?
Already going left.
You can.
When they huddle around each other, already going to the left. No, I'm waiting. It's only a joke.
Bjarne's just got to do the lick his finger and put it in the air.
Ruins might have loot.
You
Oh, that's a
all
good point.
feel there is no airflow.
Wait, gust of wind.
I'm not wasting a spell slot in that right now.
Yeah.
It is just stale and thin.
You know what else are in temples and ruins, Horik? Various sealed frits, horrors and monsters. So I'm still on board, I'm just pointing out there's more than a bit of loot.
Well, caves generally have monsters as well.
Aye. Hey, you know what, let's go with the sculpted walls. It'll be interesting at least. Might see a nice fresco. You know, a more interesting one than we saw in the vault. That one was shite.
Oh,
I thought
stop.
it was really cool.
Everybody, as you all are walking past, I have a pickle. I have gravely miscalculated what I'm doing here.
I never expected you to go left.
No, see, I put the thing, but then I put some other things on the GM layer. So when I went to pull them out of the GM layer, I had a bigger thing on top of the GM layer.
I love the detailed playthrough, you know, it's really informative. I know exactly the situation, I can picture it in my head.
Shut up.
Almost broke her there.
Slipping out, and it almost drops right down on top of Bjorn's head.
It's very aggressive toupee.
Roll me initiative.
I'm gonna have to assume there's more than one then, otherwise this would be a very lopsided battle. Just get in and pummel the things.
No, it is a lopsided battle.
Surround it and just fucking stomp.
He's never gonna get a turn.
Do we need to give it
Yeah,
a
you
turn?
guys got this.
You're still ahead of it. It goes next week, after a bank holiday Monday.
Horik. What do?
Stabby time.
You hit. You damage. You hit. You damage, and it is deceased.
So like I was saying, you know, some nice frescoes, a bit of artwork around the place. Might be some ornamental ritualistic items.
Did anyone notice something just now?
I noticed the roof, Lukey.
I thought Bjorn sneezed.
You would have heard it a bit more clearer than that. Plus his beard would have been standing outwards. You can't help but bristle.
Hold on, I'm really quickly doing my token so that I don't have this problem again for the next one.
You think there's more?
There might be, yes.
No, he's asking out loud to the group.
I sure hope so.
Problem is, it sort of blended in with the stonework, I'm not gonna lie.
If you look up, you can see the crack which it slipped in through.
I mean, I can try lighting up the roof just with fairy fire, but it might be a waste.
A bit of a waste, I suppose. Just keep yourselves prepped as you can.
As you all move into this area here... oh, nope, he is also on the... Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to not do that. I was
Realize
getting
these
very
bastards
frustrated.
gonna be Horik murdering it.
I am failing epically at my job.
We're casually walking through as the halfling monk just to play whack-a-mole.
I forgot the one very important thing that was literally right in front of you.
Another mural, just like the one we saw.
No. There we go. All right, now I can reveal areas. As you enter into this room, and you look down the hall, you see this area contains the skeletal remains of a drow, along with a dark metal mace and a scattering of coins. However, You also notice quickly that these items appear to be hovering above the stone floor within a gelatinous cube.
Sort of given the game away there, hasn't he?
And it kind of sloops up a little bit.
Oh, come
and
on.
Says,
You don't have to spoil it.
oh,
Oh,
hello.
that was unexpected. Greetings to you.
It says
Hello,
it
is there any potatoes
telepathically.
around here?
A
Okay.
potato?
Alright,
no,
don't confuse a lad.
I do not think it has potatoes. No.
A bulbous root vegetable.
Why would it have potatoes?
Corrick, for fuck's sake.
I mean, we're in the Underdark. They're supposed to grow down here somewhere.
They grow underground, not under dark.
Yeah,
we're in
pretty
the
much
wrong
anybody
place.
who's north of the little junction here, which by the way you all might want to move up, can hear as he says, "Oh no, we don't have potatoes in here. Not much anything grows or does much down here since it's collapsed in. Really, only the oozes we can get in and out because we can slip in the cracks."
Hey, that's a
right.
bit of a problem there, because we can't, and we'd like to, move on from this place at this point. This temple's still in use.
Oh no, it's been abandoned for, if I had to guess, quite some time.
That's reassuring, that there. Don't normally meet geometry that's so communicative.
Yes, this is a new thing for me.
The
Um,
intelligence or the conversing with other people?
Yes.
Ah, so both.
Yes, I've certainly never been able to talk to people with my mind.
You've been a ghoul for a long time.
Oh,
I
forever.
believe, yeah, they've likely been themselves for the longest of times.
Alright, now hear me out, Uzana, but you're Nordic, right? Think of the problems we have keeping the floor clean in the bar.
Okay.
Just thinking, alright? Now, he'd do it happily, willingly. Well, it would do it happily, willingly, It might enjoy the socialisation, you never know, and, it'll be an interesting conversation point in the bar whenever we're open.
Do you think he'll get along with the ghost?
Possibly not, but only one of them we need to care about. So, fresh experience
Do
for
you
you.
think he would like a? Do you think he would like a side job as bouncer?
That's what the Kenku is for.
It's alright if we walk on in then. Have a look around.
Oh, yes, here, let me get out of your way, actually. I don't want to accidentally touch you all and, engulf you.
That's very considerate
well,
of you.
yeah, that's very.
Oh, hey, actually, if you would like a snack, I recently acquired a bunch of rations
Oh?
of the drow variety.
Not of the rye,
that's-
but for the taste of the ryes.
Oh, I mean, I technically eat either.
Aye.
Well, I'd rather eat the drow rations than the drow.
Yes, well, I only eat dead drow.
Aye, you see
I'll
that? He
avoid
doesn't
being
go for a
dead.
living as well. He's got good table manners.
I'll just dump out a few pounds of the rations, I guess.
And you can see he kind of sloops over and sloops up the rations into his self. And they hover there.
You had many of those deep philosophical questions yet on the nature of yourself?
I don't know why I'm me right now, but I'm quite happy with it.
That's good.
I want to learn more about the world.
Oh, there's so much to learn.
My-
Did you think about where you wanted to start?
I don't really know where to start, actually. I'm Glabagool, by the way.
That's
Who
a
are
fun
you?
name. Yeah, we go through our rigmarole of names. It's quite a long list.
Hmm?
Did you choose that name for yourself?
Yes,
It's a nice name.
thank you. Well, yes, I could see you probably do need to get out of here. I guess if we continue on in, I haven't really. Well, I found ways in and out, but I don't think you all fit.
Well, we'll see how we go. Exploring's a good part of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think
I'll-
we're in too much of a rush to learn a bit. We should hurry.
Yeah, the breathing situation feels uncomfortable. You don't know how long you'll be able to comfortably breathe.
Oh, we'll see how we go.
Well, with how narrow things are, I recommend you all go ahead. I don't want to have accidents.
Aye, of course. But we'll think loudly back.
And oh, yeah, let me start.
And so we suffocate as Harden goes through the rigmarole of stories that he and Bjorn have been on.
Well, I mean, you could just go through it with your mind. You don't have to.
I don't know. I can't telepathically talk to him. He can telepathically talk to me.
Goodbye, fake cargo.
Just saying it might have to expel and make use of a lot of oxygen to keep this curious cube up to date on the situation. Tell him about the wonders of there's caverns beyond, and once you get up, there's outside, which is very nice.
You know, I'll tell you what, Harton, a good happy medium. I'll tell him all about my college days in Bard school because I have smaller lungs.
Well, then I should probably leave it up. No, we shouldn't leave it up to Oric. Fucking hell, I don't have any properly adjusted short people.
I mean, I should technically be allowed to tell stories. I was officially licensed.
That was mail order, and you know it.
Yeah, but I didn't even mail it in. I just walked to the post office and then I walked back.
He sent himself his own fake diploma.
That doesn't mean shit. You should see the diplomas they hand out over in Lantan. I mean, mine's credited, of course. But...
The gears are a wee bit unnecessary, plus the steam vents.
Does that, what's her name, have a better degree than you?
I don't even know if she finished.
You know she finished.
We don't know. He knows.
They don't know that.
I don't think you would ever know that.
This was just our capstone project. I don't know.
Do you even remember working on the capstone project?
It's a bit of a haze.
But it was going to be the pinnacle of entertainment.
Yeah. God damn it.
So please do continue moving forward.
Wait, why'd you move fake cargo?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I can't move. Why does that keep happening every time you paste cargo? I have to make.
Where's fake cargo?
Fake cargo is. Look on my screen. He's up here.
Okay, that one.
The one with the health bar is mine because I have to keep remaking him because I can't.
Yeah, we've never been able to get a proper look at his diploma where it shows that his major was in women's studies and telecommunications.
Before anybody goes forward, I want to check this area for possible traps or monsters.
Or loot.
Like the one
It was in like Anglo halfling studies or something.
Yeah. Halfling gnome racial tensions throughout the generations. Yeah. Weirdly enough, he did do a minor in Smurf Emblem studies.
You do see along the walls there are very thin cracks. Walls and ceilings both.
Would it be considered rude just to leave a trail of drow rations behind us for the ooze?
I don't see why.
Hello?
I mean, just don't unwrap them so you can enjoy the papers.
Oh yeah, the texture really is something else.
All right, everybody, halt. Those of you who are in this back room, move yourself forward.
Gotcha.
Including Topsy and Turvy.
Mm-hmm.
Job right there.
There we go. And to nobody's surprise, Loop. Loop.
This is actually a really good time for you to check the direct message from Irina. I sent you a joke much earlier.
Uh-oh.
Direct messages.
Yes, I remember this.
It's very relevant now.
I want to share this photo with everyone.
And only thing I will change is we'll keep the initiative, which is why I rolled it in the first place. Yeah. And I just add Glabagul, and he goes tomorrow.
The joke was that if Uzana dies in the Underdark, then Harden can get remarried to a plasmoid called Uzana. A blue one, of course.
Top of the round, Hork.
That's gonna be Kago Mark III. He's smaller because he has even left parts, but he has a hat now.
Just as the ooze is about to say, "Please don't! I want to make friends."
No, the ooze says, I've got this one blocked. He won't attack you.
We come in
Thank
peace.
you.
Does the 13 hit?
Oh, I accidentally closed their sheet.
So these ones don't talk or think the same way you do, huh?
They don't know. Unfortunately, they are very bad conversation.
Do you absorb their intellect if you eat them?
And both hit. No, I don't.
Do oozes have a language
you
beyond
tried?
telepathic?
It's complicated.
I'm kind of imagining a psionic gelatinous cube now,
And
floating,
that is
hovering
dead.
like a mind flayer.
Oh, wait, is it? Wait, no, I was wrong. Still alive. Barely. I was wrong. Anything else work?
No, that would be it.
Lou!
First, sword.
You hit.
Second, cantrip.
Well, first off, this one is dead. So, who is our cantrip on?
Yeah, I'll go over this one on the right.
To the surprise of nobody, he is deceased. Well, no, he's not deceased, he's injured.
All right, good hustle, everybody. See you next season.
Harton.
Alright, let's have a look here. Well, I can't really help Horik with that one.
Well, you can step over him, hit it, and then go back and take opportunity attack.
I don't think he'd respect me doing that. I'll leave it all to him.
Could be dead, but somebody decided they needed my braces.
No, I didn't take it off you. I should, though. I'm not going to put my fist on the thing, so I'll
It
just...
was another 3 damage then.
Yep, it's still alive.
I'll just step over he has to swing the hammer down. There's a 13 hit.
You do?
Yep.
7, and I'm not putting my hand on the thing, so I back away.
It's dead.
That's good. And I don't let Hooten also get a sample as well. I keep her well pinned. That's my turn.
What about Topsy or Turvy?
Sure. For fuck's sake. Gotta bring the sheet down because of all the automatic shit that comes up when you select them.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, he'll just shoot at the closest one. He's at normal, so... 4 potential piercing on Vatten. And then backs the fuck
Right.
up.
Yep, smart. Who's Anna?
Right. Well, let's see if we can get rid of another one. And there it is.
Which one?
Oof. Bad one.
It's Toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe crossbow finish? No.
It hits, yes.
Oh, okay.
And it is deceased.
Hey.
Bjorn.
Hup. And hup.
You hit? You hit? Is dead.
All right.
Let's
move along.
The one in the back is still there, but he cannot attack you through Labagool. And he says, while I go, can I inch backwards? Please, Drow, please do move aside. And then you can handle him.
Oh, I should have moved before.
Don't worry, you can absorb blue. Nothing of importance will be lost.
It's possible I'm immune.
I'm going to assume that you all are perfectly capable adults. And yes, when Glabagool, Felrex, and Lou would have to move, but
That's a
It'd be
large
like
assumption.
Gladys Cube mount from Neverwinter if Lou got in it,
yeah, I assume that, you'd let him go aside and then you handle the ooze. There are a lot of my unaware brethren in here.
I mean, do they like any particular snack we could distract him with, or is the movement always going to get him?
The more voluminous choices will be picked.
Oh, like lights? I like lights.
No, that's illuminous.
Yeah, I'm pretty ill. Shaw.
Lou, for fuck's sake.
I mean, if we die of running out of air, you gotta at least spend some breath on cool one-liners.
Just because of that, someone might die earlier. Well done.
At least they wouldn't have to hear me talk anymore.
Let's go. Hopefully we won't have to clear out this place. We don't want to. We just want to leave, really.
The sooner the better.
But let's do keep an eye out for cool loot.
I'm waiting for the day you come across cool loot, and he picks it up. It's a solid gold loot.
I know it's cool. It freezes his fingers to it.
Yeah, beating the devil in the fiddle contest. You didn't consider the curse on the fiddle.
But what if we lose? In which case you'll only win a less fancy silver fiddle, and I guess I'll kill one of you. Him. I'll do it. You ever played a fiddle? No, but I played the drums once. They're about the same.
Futurama, such a good show.
The wall.
I guess we're going down this hallway. If anything bad happens, it'll hit Lou first, right? Parton, get back.
Felric's in front
first.
Alright, get up here.
We need to do this like we did in Warhammer, just leapfrogging backwards.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the front line, you be the front line.
You see a very interesting series of halls.
That looks weird.
Some fucked up bowling lanes. How do you do it sideways?
I'm wondering if there's any markings on these doorways that may give hints about what the hell's going on.
A set of 10 fingernail scratch marks dug into the stonework, but weirdly all in one track that goes weaving in and out of each tube.
You notice that the walls are carved with worn and faded brass reliefs. They show strange swirling shapes that might be waves, tentacles, or some combination thereof. Are you trying to percept the area, or are you trying to navigate around?
I mean, I really don't want to go into a RimWorld kill corridor where someone is going to light a fire.
If one of us wants to be invisible and go in there, I can do that.
You realize those aren't tribal markings on the walls, they're fingernail scratches. They try to scream, but their own flesh is melted to cover their mouths.
I want to investigate if there's any markings around that might hint about what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, same. I'll assist Horik.
Uzi, might want to give this one a wee go.
What you're actually looking for here is a perception.
Well, stand
Oh,
right
that
back
make it
then.
11.
I look above their eye level to the actual designs instead of the skirting board.
I can match that. No, I can't.
Susanna, where are you looking?
Eh,
Hmm.
Well,
I
occasionally at
suppose
me.
down this hallway.
Harton, looking up at the reliefs. Yeah, you think they're just decorative reliefs. Doesn't look like they have anything to do any poison traps or gases or anything.
But there's a clear theme going on here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, quite clearly.
I'm not seeing a lot of solid shapes. I'm seeing tendrils, wavy bits.
Bjorn, you, however, spot something a little different. Are you looking down just your hallway or different ones?
Yeah, like my general area, yeah.
You notice the area that I have just marked for you. Something. They seem like they're not quite as stable. Weakened.
Is it the floor tile or?
The floor tile itself. Uzana, as you're looking through the whole thing, you see something similar.
Hmm.
And I assume you two will probably try to check the other halls, and with your look, it'll be quite clear. And if you point it out, I'm sure Harton will be able to see then. There are similarly loose tiles in each of the halls.
now, do they slide or do they break if we stand on them? Because if they slide, we're gonna race.
Well, all I'm gonna say is avoid them.
And should we try just throwing a rock down there and see what happens?
Nah, we can just pass ourselves over. It's only 10 feet. Why is he going down that one by himself?
Because I want to tempt fate.
I'm getting the fuck out of there.
I got this.
I'll always somewhat remember what you've done.
Jim Jar, Kago, go down there.
Oh, Jim Jar, you might want to watch this one, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching this one. I'm not going in there.
No, I'm just saying in case you need to pay Gatix. On you go, Bjorn.
Well,
I bet
actually,
you Bjorn
the
still has
problem
his
is
beard at
this
the
is-
end of this.
now that I think about it, this is gonna be a bit awkward to actually jump.
I just launch yourself at the wall.
Hey, don't be afraid.
Well, you're not tempting fate by going across it, huh?
Well, I'm gonna do it this way where I can actually see what I'm jumping towards and not awkwardly hitting the edge.
Alright, we'll go at the same time.
And yep,
Alright.
gonna watch.
On 3 or 1, 2, 3, and then go.
Or maybe I should wait here and toss the others across. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
go.
fuck this.
As I stand there. As I just count them off
Yeah.
and then just look around to see who's next.
Will you
'Cause-
throw me?
Yeah, now we can do toss and catch.
Alright, well, I haven't fallen into a spike trap yet.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna jump
Appears to
face
be
first
a
into this
door.
wall.
Everybody, do please move into the room.
You gonna give us
It's a bit of a
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
squeeze.
hold on. Nope. You all come back over here. I said everybody come
You
into
said
this.
everybody move into the room.
No, she meant this room.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
At this stage, everybody please hold still.
Well, okay, let me put us where we
Yeah,
were.
there we go. Those are the only two who crossed.
There, I would be about here, and Jim Jar would be watching Bjorn go down the hall.
Lou and Harton, you are the ones closest, where you can see the tiles start to kind of shift and move.
Oh, I
Something
put
is
that back in
very-
place.
Oh, you're gonna put your foot on it.
Well, it's sliding. Like, is it a manhole cover kind of slide?
No, it's more like it's kind of raising up a little bit.
Hmm.
And almost like a wave fashion.
Told you they moved.
Not a good thing, though. Fuck it,
No,
sure.
I hate to
I
be
will
right.
put my strength down on it to push it back in place.
You do. But then out of the cracks comes and seeps up.
Ah, for fuck's sake. I back
You
away
should
once
have
I start
jumped.
seeing any ooze come out of the edges.
You should have jumped.
No, I was gonna.
You're trapped.
Actually,
And,
what is here?
We'll get to
door.
that in a moment. We have higher priorities right now.
I'd like to cast Misty Step.
So we're doing fresh initiative or
No, we're just using the same one.
okay.
Gaddix.
Oh, we're not going top of a round?
Nope, we are going to go exactly where we were because otherwise the poor people at the end will never be able to do anything.
Okay.
That's
Well, maybe
fine in
there
this
was something around.
situation.
I assume we can see through this.
Right now, I think you're being a bit
Yes.
prejudiced against those who rolled more than a 6.
This reminds me of a game show I just watched. They did my boy Z and dirty.
You hit.
Jim Jar did a thing.
Ginger did a thing.
But does it matter?
Yes.
Well, no, it's a case I don't know if they have any resistances. I don't remember their stat blocks.
I don't know, there's 20 damage on top of that.
I just know that ogre is not having a fun time, which probably means these are nasty things.
Yeah, unfortunately we killed the ogre. The thing is unharmed.
To be fair, I think he was dead when he had to be squeezed up through the crack in the tile.
It's all
And
over.
we're just gonna hold here. So I guess now the bad things get to go. Good luck, Lou.
Okay. But I mean, you did do that, so. The puddings. 20 only. 1. And then, Lou.
I swear, I'm never going to be able to use the shield spell. They always roll higher than I can block every time.
You're wearing studded leather or just normal leather?
Just normal. I'm using mage armor.
And it's gone.
Mage armor doesn't count as non-magical armor. It's magic.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, the major armor counts as magical armor.
I was saying, is
But
he
it
wearing
says-
leather armor, though?
No need if I have mage armor.
Okay.
Eh.
I'm
Also, I
about
don't
to lose
think
an
I
AC,
can.
though. Fucking hell.
And,
So it's
Pago.
it's 5 isn't it? 14.
13 misses. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
13 misses Kago. Yep. I don't know why I hesitated to say that. Because a 14 would miss too.
Bernard.
Right,
You're-
I better go and do something.
Yeah, you're starting to hear panicked Felrec noises.
You're meant to be a
Okay.
composed lieutenant and breaking the earth. Come on.
My bones
I'm very
hurt somehow.
composed when Lou is not being murdered.
He's fine. As a piece of Lou just sloughs off and is dissolved.
Why me? Wow.
It's a really good damage roll.
Yeah, pity that you beat the DC, I'm pretty sure.
It might even just be immune.
That too.
Can you poison a pudding?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yes.
Hurrah! So con save.
Yep, I was looking at the con button, but it did not translate to me that it was a con.
You got it. You got the damage.
Yay!
It's like the first time.
Yep.
First time in a while, anyway.
Yeah.
And the prince will move up and just kind of stand here.
All right, and then Nadrax.
Okay. Do I go risky? No, Topsy or Turvy or whoever it is will be fine. Wait, you need to target one who has people beside them, so I will move over here and try to short bow.
You still hit?
Probably. Okay. That is non-magical damage, though.
Yep.
And that will be it.
And then first, and then he schnoops forward. I can't scoot in past any of you. I apologize. I'll be here for when I can get in.
Perfectly alright. Don't worry about it.
Otherwise,
Please
it'll
absorb
be
me.
very nice. Otherwise, it'll be very nice and clean up your dead bodies afterwards.
Pork?
If it helps, I find you all equally potentially delicious.
Oh, that does help.
I won't pick favorites.
All hit, except for the one because it's a one.
I really shouldn't have been swinging that in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't mean to hit that 3 times. I only mean to hit twice.
Roll me your damage.
So I'll count one of those unarmed strikes as the one.
Yeah. There we go. Anything else?
No, that's about it. Hopefully it
Ooh.
looks slightly damaged.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's not having a grand time.
Well, as I misty step away, I would like to flip off the ooze and grasp him, but not.
Raider, please put your son back.
I heard that, Lou. Stop showing off in front of the thing that can't appreciate it one way or the other.
It's about the principle.
Actually, you don't need to do Misty Step. It can't do reaction now.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I'm flipping him off though. That's what's happening. And then I'm going to use my action to dodge. Oh, but over here.
Yeah, actually, you just used your action to shove
Yeah.
your grab,
Yes,
didn't
yeah,
you?
but I'm in bonus, but I can't. So I'm standing here now.
Tempting.
Hey,
And
Jim Shark,
Thor?
I bet you I'm not going back in there while that thing's still alive.
I'm not taking that bet.
You should go in there then. It's really fun. Great fucking time.
No, I see what you look like. Don't even try.
Okay, that's really insulting. I'm insulted. And my boyfriend's gonna beat you up now, I guess.
I need to beat this up first, Lou.
Oh yeah, you have a sword.
He hits.
Nice. And he'll stand shoulder to shoulder. Well, shoulder to like hip with Bernard.
Tartan.
Well, Horik hasn't suffered any. Like, I haven't heard him screaming when he punched the thing, so it seems like he's alright punching it. Which is strange, really.
Oh, I did forget that. Thank you. Horik. Let's see. Horik.
Cargo. Belricht.
Kago didn't hit though.
Hey, it did. That's why it's injured.
No.
No, that was because it got blasted.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then let's see. Belrex.
Lou, technically. It was
Yeah.
a melee attack.
So how does that go? Is it?
It's
10
another
to Felric?
D8 for Horik. He did do 4 hits.
Oh, he did hit. He did 4 hits. Okay.
Well, 3.
Yeah. He only did.
Oh,
3.
you didn't do a flurry of blows. Okay.
He
Yeah,
missed
oh,
one.
I tried, but I missed totally on the 1.
Horik got 10. Belrex got 10. Lou got 2.
That's a lot of a percentage more than it should be.
Alright, since I heard Horik screaming out in pain as his fists were sizzled.
Hey, I only actually punched it once. The rest was a sword.
I will. Let's see here.
Oh, I forgot something else.
No.
This hallway is getting very crowded. Because as Felrex hit it, it split.
He does piercing damage.
Is he? Oh, yeah, short swords are piercing damage. Never mind. We're good. I'm just.
No, that's not gonna start happening until it's my turn.
However, look at this bottom bit, Arena.
What?
Horik wanted to keep his bracer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. You did hit it with that. Yeah, that's right. Horik. You were fine until you lightning. You were fine until you lightning.
Rather nasty.
Hey.
Let's see, do I have anything useful here? I don't really want to waste a spell slot, though. After hearing all the various sizzlings going on, I'm just going to disengage and back away so that Hooten doesn't stick her face in there. Fire away, gentlemen. Fire away. Let's see. Turvy, let's see. Chip it on 1, get rid of it. Help out Felrict. He doesn't want to get in the way of a main cube. He'll take a shot at this one. Someone's already softened it up. That might actually miss.
It hits.
There you go, Vin.
So the one on the bottom?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Uzana.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see the condition we're in. Yeah, well. Let's see, gonna slip through here. And see if we can't stop this big slime. For 12 damage if it hits. 6 if it saves.
It ignores it.
Oh dear. That's trouble.
This is trouble.
Yes.
Thankfully, it doesn't split. Anything else?
I guess helping Topsy will help down here and I guess shoot at the ooze.
Mhm.
I imagine it's one of those things that just fills up scholarly debates constantly. What is the distinction between the pudding and the ooze when you refer to the creature and not the culinary arts?
It's very
Bjorn?
simply, do you eat it or does it eat you?
Well, chow down, Lou, the halfling. Go ahead, these are puddings.
All right.
I would guess that pudding is more viscous. What's
Horik,
chewy?
I'm about to make things a lot more worse for the both of us.
Excellent.
Because I can only do slashing.
I mean, you could just punch it with your bare hands. That wouldn't hurt at all.
Ah!
You hit?
Now, do you want to calculate how much gets sliced first before I do the
Yes.
next attack?
And now let me.
We're going to get the inverse of the fungus area, where we handle our problem and then find out that the Bjorn is just surrounded.
Really check. Okay, yep.
I seem
And
to
now
recall.
you're surrounded by small oozes.
Seem to recall a tale about a mouse wizard where this sort of thing happened as well. Just a lot of animated brooms attacking him.
So which one are you going to be hitting now, Bjorn?
Well, one of these small ones.
Okay. You hit?
And now it's small enough to enter into your lungs.
And fuck it, let's action surge. Take care of the other small one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a miss.
Also,
Miss.
don't forget he's been taking damage for each of these.
Yep, I know. I'm tallying it up to do at the end.
Now, if he crits, does the damage he takes double?
11 damage.
All right. And Eldith is going to take a couple of shots at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Kapow, kapow.
Very good.
That's the end of my turn.
Oh, I will mark this. It's looking a lot less static. Gadix.
Okay, I'm actually going to let Jim Jar go first. I have a plan. You can do it, buddy.
The one by Lou? Or Velric?
The one, yeah, no, the
The
one
one down
by
here. Okay.
the one by Kago.
3.
I will be shooting that same one.
Okay. $30. Okay.
Okay. I guess
The
Kago. Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say you have a strong tendency.
Oh, Kago will bite it.
There you go.
See, I was hoping to bring it down.
Then Kago takes.
Still gonna move Kago around here because he's flanking, but I was hoping I could move Kago around and bite that one in the ass. But never mind, it took all three of us to bring that thing down.
The puddings. Auric.
I think that hits. Yep.
Oh,
Darendil.
Ow!
Does a 10 hit the prince?
I wouldn't think so, but I don't know.
Guess I'll look at the prince. A 10 does not hit the prince. But Kago, because Kago showed up behind the pudding. A 10 does not hit Kago,
Nope.
right?
It does not.
Not that bad of a turn then. Bernard.
Well, I'm going to continue doing what I did before and see if it actually works again. I don't even know if it.
Well done.
go from one extreme to the other.
Well, you emptied the spray bottle in the first go. You got to shake this one, refill it with water.
I do the same
Let's
thing to my shampoo.
And it's dead.
Well done.
The pathetic damage killed it.
Okay, I'm going to have the prince just defend and not attack.
Okay. Yeah, so he's taking the dodge action.
Pretty much.
Okay. Nadrax.
Woohoo! I don't suppose I can hit over.
You can hit in there.
All right. That's the prince, right?
Yep.
Ah. I don't know why, but I constantly confuse the prince and topsy-turvy.
I think it's because their art style all has the weird head thing.
Yeah.
You hit.
Same general shape. Color scheme is not the same, but yeah. That's piercing.
Yep.
And 20.
Yep. Anything else?
Sure. Let's do this
Mm-hmm.
without sneak. This time it didn't add the sneak. Nice. So yeah, 24 in total.
You take 9 damage.
Okay.
Do you want to stand there, or are you going to try to vamos?
I would probably provoke an attack of opportunity if I. Actually, no, I don't. I disengage as a bonus. No, wait, I actually.
You already
attacked
used the bonus.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, then I will stand here.
Babagul moves a little bit in, but that's as far as he can go without touching one of you all, and he doesn't want to hurt you.
And why the fuck doesn't my token update?
Sometimes it doesn't. Auric.
Yep. I'm screwed.
I mean, you could disengage and walk away. That's safe behind
Yeah,
you.
that's about my only option. Okay. That's about all I've got.
You're standing on the edge of the pit.
Oh, don't want to be there. Trying to remember if that the only other thing I can do is an action or not. I have a feeling it is, and I used my action to disengage probably.
What are we trying to do?
I thought I had a self heal. No, that's on level 6. Never mind.
Lou,
Alright,
you've
I'm just
heard
gonna-
some pained Horic sounds and some foods or puddings are dead.
More importantly, Belric got hit, so I need to make sure he's okay.
I'm good.
Good job. And I guess we'll just go across and
Lou,
hey,
you are technically standing in the pit, Lou.
I can hop past Kago, right? Or is that possible?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, actually, we would be swapped places here because there we go.
There we go.
You get him, Bjorn.
I'm working on it. Ah,
Hurting. You see a half-dead Horic, and you see an ooze.
Half dead. I got 2 HP left.
Wow. Mr. Boaster. Okay, let's go deal with this one. You're alright, I'll patch you up in a wee bit. Yeah, let's try to elbow in a little bit and twang past the prince. Yeah, let's go with an arrow. I've got some more of those. 11 damage.
Yep.
Let's see, so I was here. Got 5-foot movement, so... I'll just back away a bit. And Turvey cannot get... might be able to get a shot.
Yeah, he can get a shot.
For 6.
Very good.
That's it.
Uzana.
Alright, well, cold doesn't work. So, let's try the opposite.
And cause a pressurized explosion that rips through the channel.
Yeah. Roll 20.
Ooh, that would be a real
Yep.
pedant. Any fire spells you cause will burn up more oxygens, increasing your chance of suffocation.
Wait, what?
You say that.
Is that really in the fucking bit?
It is in the bit.
Fuck's sake.
oh.
And that's not even how fire spells usually work. They don't.
Yeah, that's not a
consume
fire spell that lights anything on fire.
Why would they consume oxygen if they're not-
It's
yeah.
in the module.
Also, click on the description. It actually says flammable objects are set on fire.
But not every fire spell does.
Yeah.
But 13 hits. What's our damage?
Did not think 14 would hit.
They're slimes, they've
9.
got no AC.
Yeah.
They just hit really fucking hard.
And they eat armor.
Yep.
And
I miss my
think it
captain badge.
shoot through that. That tiny.
I too miss my captain's badge.
We were the
You
best
hit.
captains.
Oh, nice.
I would have really liked to still have my captain's badge.
Thankfully, you're still employed, so if you
I
can
think I
get
could have
back
used
to her-
shield by now if I had my captain's badge.
I got reminded about my captain's badge when she said, I remember where you are, because Laryl Silverhand would have known where we are, which would have been handy.
Yeah.
But I don't have my captain's badge. I had a captain's badge, but I don't have it now.
Are we still captains even?
I don't
Yes,
know,
you
I don't
are.
have a badge.
Hmm.
You're never gonna let me live this down.
It's the only fucking thing we came out of that legitly, and it was taken away at the start.
And I'm not gonna. I
17
kind of
hits.
built my character around having 17 AC. He sucks really without it.
It's like the one fucking magic item in that module that they let you keep but is not for an NPC. It's fucking gone. Anyway.
Alright. It splits, and then you cleave the other one clear through. You're now facing one Bjorn.
You split it and
Facing one
splash.
Bjorn.
Bjorn versus Bjorn. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
And tragically,
Anything
2
else?
acid splashes on him.
Yeah.
I was asking if there's anything else.
Well, I'm waiting for the damage.
See if he second
Oh.
wins.
Oh, yeah, because I was second winning, yeah. So, D10. Wow. Thanks.
Oh. Oh,
Plus
no.
5.
Yeah, so I only take it minus 10.
Gaddix.
Now you got your math wrong there. No, it's that plus your level, your fighter level.
Yeah,
Okay, so
You're
I'm level 5.
yeah, so 7.
I think
Yeah.
Bjorn can handle that, maybe.
Yeah.
You take 8, not 10.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there we go. Now you realize it.
Can Kago get around there? This Kago can't run that fast, so I will send him over there. Give him the clamps.
Nice.
Uh,
And it's dead.
Hooray.
At this point, I don't even have to argue with Horik to get the lightning bracelet because I know it'll fall off if I just shake his shoulder a little bit.
At this point, if you shake my shoulder too much, I'll die.
Exactly.
Is it still up?
What's the damage for 17?
Oh, it didn't.
There we go.
Wow.
Wow, it did more than my crits are shit.
It's fun to have random crits though.
You have to be kidding me.
Did you do the thing?
Can Jim Jar get in there somehow?
I mean, is Jim Jar able to get in there?
Check
Yes.
his movement.
He can thread the needle, right?
Yeah. You can try. This will take a penalty with everything that's going on. but
Yeah, there's quite a few people.
Never mind.
If there hadn't been the penalty, he would have hit. Literally, the AC is 7.
I hate this game. I'm done.
The Prince Darendil.
How do you keep doing it? How?
Prince Darendil takes 23 damage.
Jesus.
Isn't he dodging? Does he have an AC higher than 12?
oh, yeah, he's dodging.
Oh yeah. Is Darendil's AC higher than 12? That's a good question.
13.
It is! Yeah,
Nice.
13. So he's safe. Okay, we're good. Bernard!
Oh, I don't think Bernard's going to be able to get close enough to do anything. So the prince might need to actually try and hit it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The one hit and he's dead. So the prince takes 3 damage. And you all are, for the moment, out of initiative.
Hooray.
I'm gonna step further away from these pits. Oh, hey, Horik, you look like shit. Want me to heal you?
That acid, that was a bit nasty. Oh, Jesus Christ, I didn't even notice how you looked, correct.
Is that Horik? I can't even fucking tell.
Here, take this.
Yeah, let's see what I got for you. I'll do a level 2 one. There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot better than my level 2.
16 health, that's pretty good. You might actually have some skin now.
Mhm.
Yeah, that gets
Labagool
me over
does.
half.
Gabagool does apologize. I'm sorry for my brethren's actions.
It's alright, they're just doing what they're meant to.
Thank
Try not
you.
to have any personal malice on them, they're not really thinking like you are.
That is my point. Yes, I can try to stop them if I can. I just don't want to accidentally engulf you.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I'll be invisible for the time being, just so I don't get hit again.
Are those the nastiest type that squidge along these holes?
I believe so. Yes. I honestly had forgotten the puddings were there. It's usually just a bunch of gray oozes coming in and out as a resting area.
I just noticed this now. Glabagool has eyes actually floating in him, inside him.
The remains of the drow.
As he, all right, because I just see the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, how
The
is he
artwork.
going to see you?
He's choosing not to digest them, he's just rolling them around in his mouth.
But which way do you go now?
Well, I've got a feeling we know where the cave's gonna go.
Is this a door?
That is a door.
I like doors.
Anything particular about the door? Or it's just a stone slab with a hinge.
It is. Let me verify to see if there's anything fancy on it. It is just a door. It is a very nice looking door, but not particularly interesting.
All right, wait, should we take a peek inside?
Yeah, of
I can
course.
sit down for an hour or so beforehand.
We do not have the time, unfortunately. We have to get some
Oh.
fucking air going.
Well, let's try the door and then maybe the hallway.
Alright, Horik, you're right, you can step
Wrong.
back on this one. But stay right
the
there.
hallways. Is there anything else in the holes where the oozes came from?
There is not. However, when you open this door, you see four what seems to actually be formless statues frozen in place, and a stone fountain with a raised edge. The basin contains some shallow, brackish water, and at the center of the pool, the rubble of a broken statue rests atop a pedestal. All that remains recognizable are a pair of clawed stone feet clutching the pedestal's top. You also notice that in several of these, like for instance over here, these niches, there seems to be water kind of seeping through the cracks. But yes, otherwise there are four formlessly shaped statues.
Hello there?
No movement.
I don't trust this for one fucking second.
Glabagool.
Will, why don't you go first?
Yeah, Glabagool, why do you want to go in here before us, just to see if these friends of yours are going to start doing something weird?
Sure, please do clear out of the way for me, please. Please, out of the way.
Yeah, we can all back up over here, it's fine.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
Because, yeah, he cannot cross over you all, and he does enter in, and
You ever been in this room before?
I have. They've just been here.
You've never seen him move or twitch or be in a different pose, do you think?
No.
Alright,
I
we'll see.
shall stand here, though, to block them in case.
Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts once I set foot in the threshold.
Nothing happens.
Alright, let's have a look at this wee fountain then.
Do you stick your hand?
Fuck no!
You don't?
I'll do it.
On you come.
Can you heal me first? Or maybe afterwards?
Maybe afterwards. I like that. Sure, maybe afterwards.
When you stick your hand into the water, Lou, eventually you feel something metallic. You also feel what seems to be a bunch of coins.
Money. I mean, there's nothing in here. There's money in here.
Okay.
Also, this metal thing.
As you start shifting, you find a grand total of 112 silver, 41 gold,
And 4 water weirds.
3 green gold bracelets worth 25 gold each. The metal thing you felt, Lou, is a dagger. It seems to be a +1 dagger with a spider hilt design. It's clearly drow craftsmanship.
Knife.
A potion of greater healing, and a vial containing some form of oil.
Cooking oil?
You think it's a magical oil.
Magical cooking oil for a really good egg.
We can apply it to a sword-shaped baguette, perhaps.
It's black, and it looks thick and heavy in the container.
Probably shouldn't drink
Well,
this.
Molasses.
In a jar.
Upon examination, you find it is oil of slipperiness.
You've got more
Cargo
use for
drink this
this
kind of
than
stuff?
you do, Lou.
No, he's good.
Uzi, we've
seems
got
like-
some ideas.
Yeah,
Well,
it's definitely...
No, that's a bit of a joke there. Here you go. Guys, you fancy this? Because I'm worried Lou will fucking drink it.
Yeah.
Or just cover himself up in it the moment we get to a precipice with a slope.
You know where the hatch is. Just throw it in cargo.
I don't really want to touch that bit.
Not
All
like
right.
with the bottle. Don't feed it to him.
Would we put it in the
Twin.
coffee?
Getting your Atlantan accent out, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Black bear. Something funny to your brain.
Yeah, you know where it is, man. You just open
Goes in the dog. What you
jar,
saying, man?
put it
Goes in the
there.
dog.
Hey,
You-
yo.
You give him a little oil
Wow,
slipperiness and you
alright.
get him some sausage. You see what I'm saying? Alright. Now, I need my dwarves over here. We've got a possible excavation point. Or possibly flood ourselves. We'll see how it goes.
Let's take a look here. What we can do.
What we could see here is an aquifer above us, and we know that's a terrible fucking thing. You'll never get that pump clear. What the
You
rush
did
of the
notice in a couple of the other areas, it's a similar thing where there are cracks in the walls and water seeping in. So this is not the only one.
Yeah. We're just seeing if it's got potential in it.
But wait, there's more.
Aye.
Do you approach the ooze statue?
Not this time.
Not first.
Not even second. I'm happy to wait in a queue. I'm British.
I stuck my hand in that water. I don't deserve that. The ooze.
Hey, who gets the stabbing
Alright.
implement?
I'll
mean-
take a look. I take out a short sword.
Do you stab it?
No, I don't stab it. I just look it over. I just hold a short sword ready in case I need to stab it.
It doesn't move.
Until you
Strange.
turn around to say, it's fine. In which case it leaps. Well,
So,
we're only deeper in the
Clapperdoodle-dee.
place. Oh, go on.
So, Clapperdoodle-dee, is this inactive or inert, or is this a
These
new...
ones, yes. Since I've come here, they have not moved.
I suppose there's not much to them then.
Okay, let's make our way back to the cavern, I guess.
Hey.
I want to ask Felric if this is it. You said it was a drow made dagger.
Yes.
Is it of any actual ritual importance, or is it just a fancy knife?
Oh,
Yes, it could theoretically be both. It does have a spider-shaped hilt, so theoretically for any sort of sacrifice it would do.
Well, okay. So my question is, if perhaps a very handsome young male drow was seen carrying it, would that get him killed more than the way he talks?
No.
Cool. Can I have it, guys?
Well, think about it.
I have not stabbed myself recently at all.
When have you ever stabbed yourself?
Not recently.
I
See?
asked when.
He was clear on that.
Well, after my whole regressing in age, time is just I couldn't even possibly say anymore. Perhaps it hasn't even happened yet.
The fuck are you spiting now?
Lou needs some help.
He needs more than just help.
I need a cool knife. Yeah.
Right, let's go check this natural cavern then. Maybe someone's crumbled.
You find when you get a little bit further in, you hear the sound of pouring water. And you can actually see that water is entering through cracks in the 10-foot high ceiling. And you can conclude that the cracks were caused probably by the tremors that you just went through. And now it's only a matter of time before the water floods the entire complex.
Oh, great. So they either suffocate from lack of air or suffocate because of water in their lungs.
Look at the bright
Which
side.
one's worse?
No, look on the bright side. We won't die first.
You're right. We won't be able to survive that long.
What if it's salt water?
That's pretty unlikely, Lou.
I mean, yeah.
Considering we're inland.
I don't know. We've traveled an awful long way. I'm still not sure where we are on the surface.
Aye, but we went pretty far up north, and I don't think we've gone south enough.
It does not smell like salt water.
I'll give it a taste just to be double sure.
It is drinkable water.
Fantastic.
And then it starts moving.
Oh, why'd I drink that?
No.
It's like a party in your mouth, and they're rolling initiative.
Wait a minute. This isn't Pop Rocks.
Come on, that's a good one. Well, I'm not seeing any easy egress unless we... Like, is it pissing down from the cracks?
Give me an
I'll give you a dwarf. I've got a choice of 3.
perception. If you had to guess,
Which I am, with a 12.
you think that the water's flowing in at about 1 foot an hour.
Well, I don't want to get my boots wet. Wasn't there another path we haven't gone down yet?
Nope. Well, I mean this one over here.
Yeah, but it's just dead end.
I'm
Maybe it
thinking
ends in
secret door.
stairs.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, we don't really have much else of a choice, so.
I mean, we should look for secret doors. It's always my answer.
As you, I want to reveal area. Thank you.
Yep. All right, well, I guess it's time to start worshipping the ooze.
Well,
Well, you guys can go tap along walls. Labagul, you've squeezed through a few of these cracks, aye?
Mhm.
I've any of them that are very shallow, where there's another side very, right there after about an inch or two.
Well, up here in the chamber with the water, it's not that thick. Just there's about 30 foot of water on top.
oh, I'm gonna dig us out. Oh wait, never mind. The water thing.
Well, it's only 30. It's not a lot of water.
I'll
Comparatively
start
to what
digging.
could be above us here. And you could make use of that mold earth to guide it away from us, flood the rest of the chamber, and we clamber up.
Yeah, I can make little stairs, a couple feet by a couple feet.
We've got, let's see, do I have a Dungeoneer's kit in this, or do I have a priest kit?
I'm not sure. Well, I'm quite sure that mold earth will work opening the hole. I just don't know if that's going to be able to keep the water out.
Well, I just gotta put a little berm before we open the hole.
Well, no, it's a case of the
around the
water will have
cavern.
to come in. It's coming in anyway.
Yeah, I'll start making a berm to guide it at least away from where we're gonna stand.
Hey. Say we're in the south of the room, but we make enough of a wall so that the water will initially keep going down this way instead.
It's getting flooded anyway.
So then, how do you climb up?
Well,
Hold
once
your
it's gotten a bit high up, we've only
Wait,
got
don't-
a little.
Don't we have a fuck ton of water breathing potions?
Yep.
Not enough to cover everyone, so Jim Jar, you're about to lose 10 gold.
But somebody with survival, give me a survival.
I'm just thinking, you see, once enough water's flown out, you see, then the pressure will be a bit more equalised. We should be able to swim up.
Yeah. So where do we want to put the berm, or what room are we doing this out of?
We're doing it in the fountain room.
Okay. Move myself over
Something to
there.
point out is when I said 1 foot an hour, I didn't mean just that room. I meant the entire complex.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of water.
Yes.
How many feet are we working with? How tall are the ceilings?
The ceiling we're talking about is in here.
I mean, like,
and it's
the-
10 foot.
Okay.
As in the entire complex should be flooded in about 10 hours.
So I'm gonna start
Time
digging
for a
now.
long rest.
Well, Lou digs. We can
Let me move
take a
everybody.
rest.
Unless we just force our way through the original blockages. But I don't think we have the time for
That
it.
was the other thought.
The drow might have already set up guards to watch those in case that's what we try.
Mind you, mold earth kind of trivializes that aspect.
True. I mean, if we want to do that, I can. That could actually. I could do with a short rest before we do that, if that's how we go.
What do you think, DM?
I'm good with either.
Because this was written before mold earth existed.
I'm good with either.
So it's a case of, like, we could just dig through the passage we came from. And then deal with the drow minions instead of the drow priestess.
I can also use shape water.
Or, considering we know that they ran off, we could instead carve the way forward. I don't think there's much in the spell that says we couldn't.
Yep, there's nothing that says you can't.
Or do we do the flood the temple thing and then try to survive swimming upwards and out into possibly an upper ocean of the Underdark?
Glabagul
Also-
does specify it's 30 foot up into a river.
Oh, we're not gonna know where the hell we end up though. If we go back the way we came, we'll know exactly how to get where we're going. Although I'm worried about going that much closer to Menzo Baronzon with those drow about.
Alright, we'll fucking rip them up, though.
I do wonder who she wanted to capture and who she wanted to kill. Now that I think about it.
Really? You're not entirely
No.
certain on who she would have kept and captured.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she wanted to capture me and Felrex were super cool. But who would she want to kill?
Well, I can't exactly see me and Hart going to be a prime trophies.
What the fuck are you talking about? She's sweeting me. Have you not seen the look she's given Uzana at hooking this? She likes the defiant types.
Somebody give me an intelligence just to see if we remember the conversation as said.
She liked the defiant one. She liked the man with a bit of a spine. Wasn't used to it. A novelty.
Bjorn, you remember, she didn't say that she wanted the 2 dead. Her friend wanted 2 dead.
Mm-hmm.
Since when do drow have friends?
Was the voice at all memorable?
You didn't Wait, would you recognize? Hold up. I think I might have just had a dumb. I did have a dumb, didn't I?
If we've met him before, there's a chance we might have heard him.
No, the thing is, I think only 4 of you here, the 4 in question, would have recognized the voice. Oops, I forgot this. I haven't looked at that sheet in forever.
I mean, I was kind of surprised that it wasn't brought up that we recognized the voice.
But the whole point of Demogorgon being unleashed to Menzoberranzan was to break the little bottle-keeping saloon in there.
Oh, he wasn't Captain Menzoberranzan.
I know, it was a joke. He's rattling around in a ship somewhere.
This didn't help me. Yeah, you inherently do know that it's the person, don't you? Most of you did not recognize that person at all. The 4 who we all know who should be recognizing is aware that that voice was Saloon.
For fuck's sake! I fucking called it!
It really is all my fault.
Again.
Again.
I've got a lot of words for your boss. That was meant to be dealt with.
I don't think we're going to get a chance to talk to him.
No.
We could do it right now. Sending.
Message time. We have time.
Yeah, we have 10 hours. We're gonna give him multiple castings of this.
I forgot that you could hear. Most of you did not recognize him, but you could.
Nobody was happy when we heard the voice. That's for damn sure. Bernard wouldn't remember Saloon, would he?
He wasn't there for him at all.
Yeah, he wasn't there for it at all. And it wouldn't have mattered because he's in a different body. The only reason Felrex, Harton, and Nadrax would know is because you're the target.
Yeah.
I recently also heard the history behind what a revenant was in the real world. And it is just an undead that goes out specifically just to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, super vengeful.
Not to kill you. Yeah, not to kill you, just beat the ever-living shit out of you every now and then.
Well,
that's awesome.
Like Pan and I were talking about this. They start off with a talk of vampires in the meme of, vampires suck your blood and will kill you or turn you. Werewolves will devour you or turn you. What does a mummy do? Just beat me up? Yes, that is what they did before Brendan Fraser Mummy came along. It just stalked after you and beat the shit out of you or choked you.
Which has a great little charm to it, I think. But it is.
Meanwhile, as a creature from Lac Lagoon, you beat him up.
So yeah, do you all want to explain to your friends why you cannot be lost anymore?
I slowly turn on my heel to look over at Lou because this time, specifically this time, it is his fault. And Nadrax.
I was so nice to Jarlax. I was so fucking nice. And this is what he does. Let's blame him, not me. How about that?
Oh, don't worry. Maybe it's a performance review and he let him loose as a new test for you. The fuck is he doing out of his jar?
Oh,
Yeah, I also have a question.
Unless it was the only way he could figure out how to track down Lou down here.
Good thing
I
we kept the mirror.
doubt that.
Nah, he would. He'd know well enough not to risk the lives of the rest of us in that way, because we would never agree to such a stupid thing. Plus,
Can we
he knows
start
Lou's
sending a
here. He's got.
message? Let's just send a very strongly foul language letter to some other drow at this point. That seems to be required.
True. Alright, send off to Drizzt the Warden.
Oh yeah, might as well send a letter to Santa.
Ooh, Dritz exists.
Was it Clavicool that said it this time?
Even I've heard of Drizzt the Warden. He was in this drow brain I'm still consuming. Right. Alright. One step at a time. Over his corpse. Which isn't his corpse at this point.
So, how does this color? Are we going to still go out the way we came in? Or we're going for the river? And not like it really fucking matters, actually.
The river will be fun. Is it a rapid one, Glabba?
No, it is fairly smooth, but I suppose when the water all comes in, it might be a little bit. We just have to wait. I'd assume. Well, you would. I just can go through the cracks.
Aye.
Yeah, you want to come with us after we escape and hang out for a little while?
Would I be able to go without slowing you all down?
Aye.
Yeah, we're gonna be very careful. Just
he goes the same speed as the twins.
Yeah.
If he runs, I think.
If you see any awful, horrible revenant drow, ignore them.
No,
Actually,
I mean,
it does specify that you will have to go at a slow pace. You won't be able to speed it up.
but he's adorable.
And that means we can also be stealthy, right?
If we go at a quarter pace.
Do you?
But
Is there any way that potentially you could take me along but make me faster?
How small of a space can you fit in?
It depends why.
They would have got to put him in the bag of holding.
He doesn't need air.
How much space do we have volumetrically in cargo?
That's a valid question.
We'll smear him in oil of slipperiness so he can't be digested.
Oh, this is a great idea.
He'll never run so smoothly.
Can we build Glabagool a mech armor?
I don't.
Glabago.
I don't think Kago would work because he would end up engulfing Kago. Kago is too small.
It's a Glabba mech.
However,
Park is now looking at Glabo and considering him as a dishwasher. Put plates in, pull plates out. Clean.
I will point out the bag of holding would work.
Oh, because I was going to suggest next, because Gaddix has that really cool armor that surrounds his whole body. If you just stack the slime on top of the magic armor.
Oh, if we give the slime the bronze body, so it's just a normal human-sized body and just this voluminous, squeezed free sides of a cube sticking out, wobbling.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Would that work? I don't think that would increase his speed.
But it would look cool as hell.
I mean, it would change his locomotion method.
Yeah, he'd be a humanoid now instead of...
Like, it's taking the fact that, this would obviously make a humanoid body, which it wouldn't. It would just make him a bronze ooze.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which would be awesome looking, but also stop him being able to... Actually, that would be great. It would stop him being able to eat any of us.
Yeah.
He's just covered in bronze. You can't go inside him.
Can we get inside and wear... If we wear the armor and then we put the ooze on top, can we wear...
No, because it doesn't cover your head. So you could sit in him, I guess.
Lou doesn't need his head.
This is a known fact.
Your head. Jarlaxle will kill me if you lose your head, so no.
Okay, but what if I'm still alive, but I'm in an ooze body?
I hate the fact we're doing this with dwindling oxygen. Let's find a way out here. So we've either got the river or we scoop out one of the tunnels.
I think scoop the tunnel. That gives me a chance to rest.
But what if we could make Lou's head into something like Vecna's head?
We're not doing any of that. We're just gonna get out, please.
Somehow you become weaker than having no head.
I I would vote for the river because it will probably be harder for
And the follow
the
high.
yeah.
But they're gonna know where we are anyway.
Yeah, but we'll be getting away faster with the river. It'll be unexpected compared to just digging the other way around. They probably
Okay.
know the way.
Yeah.
But we will be in new territory. But hey.
I mean, do we have time for a rest? Do you think? I mean, we should be safe in here, right? Nobody's gonna come in.
Give me your survival.
You have 30 minutes of oxygen.
Nice.
You
Lot of
think
20.
you're probably good for about 10 hours. But anything over 5, you're going to start feeling the effects.
I just need a 1 hour rest.
Okay.
All right. Well, can we take this
Yeah,
hour
this is
and
it.
prolong it with a week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna come back. It's gonna be like that glitch in Final Fantasy VII. You pause the game and you come back to the facility exploding.
Also,
Or-
did you all decide, were you actually going to talk to Jarlaxle or not?
I'll think about a message to send to him, but for now I'm going to keep my spell slots in case we require them.
Okay.
That's really. Are we gonna consider the Bronze Ooze? I mean, this could be so cool.
You get a week to think about it, but for now he can be stashed in the bag of holding, which is hilarious when he pops his head out. Harden is going to look like any proper adventurer should, with an owlbear and a papoose on his chest, and a gelatinous ooze sticking out of his bag.
I bet you that Glabagul would love to talk to Galore.
Yeah, he just needs a backpack that's a mimic.
Any day now.
We almost
We may
had one.
already have one. We just don't know it yet. Are we sure any of these backpacks we're wearing are our original ones?
Alright,
The
so
amount of
next...
stuff we have and the amount of stuff we haven't actually checked on.
So the next time, escape from the slime hole. How many potions of water breathing do we have?
You had
Because we didn't use
You
it.
had
Enough
7.
for everyone.
Seven.
I think everyone except minus Bernard.
Yeah, I have one
Bernard
on
could-
me.
And Bernard could probably just turn into a water-breathing creature.
No, he's not that kind of druid.
Also, I will point out, you all level up.
Perfect, before we die.
It's gonna be just a slightly better run with these characters.
Yay.
But that actually does remind me. +1 dagger. Who wants it? I obviously I will not get the most use, but I think it's cool.
Wow, Gaddix, you actually get HP.
Here we go.
Come on,
Well,
please.
I've got to do that sometimes. Else, I'm gonna head to bed. So good night, everyone.
Good
All
night.
right, see ya.
Good night.
Good night.
Damn it.
Come on, please. I have 23 HP. Oh, well, that's not bad.
Good. Yeah, I was about to say, that's,
I wanted
you
a
know,
7. I wanted to hit 30, but I'm not quite at 30.
Holy shit.
29.
He lost so much HP by downgrading to a sorcerer.
Yep, I'd be like at 40 by now. Although actually, we don't get this HP until we do a long rest, which we're not doing right now, right?
No, we're sending you to dig. You'll be busy for a while.
Well,
We'll
I can take a
our
short
long
rest, right? I
There are
gotta-
two kinds of people here, those with loaded weapons and those who dig. You dig.
But yeah, do
you
we?
are finally level 6.
Is this our HP right now, or do we need a long rest first?
Um,
I'm just rolling
You
it
would
and
need
adding
a
a
long-
total. It's a case of we'll probably get a
Yeah.
long rest, but I'm not altering my current HP.
yeah,
No, I'm
basically
gonna
just
short
add it
rest.
in.
Yeah, just adding my max.
So I'm just gonna do. These dice are just for short rest because that's what I need.
It's just that you leveled up after Zuckmoy, but we weren't going to do that in the middle.
Yeah,
So we are technically leveled up already.
Yes.
dude, I'm so glad that my first roll was better than those.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not even barely at half health. Oh well.
Level 6, an important choice. Let's see what I got here. Oh, and of course to hit the button as well, as next time, holy fuck. We fight the flood. It's always the worst part of a series.